Hey, what's up, y'all? Happy New Year! Hey, we made it. We survived, hopefully all of us, through 2020. So welcome to 2021. Who here is going to continually write 2020, though, whenever they write dates for about 3 months? This guy right here. Yep, gonna happen, guaranteed. But we made it. We survived. So let's hope it's not 2020, the sequel, right? It'd be 2021. As long as we social distance, wear a mask, be smart, be kind to one another, we'll make it through this year too. And it's going to be a better year, collectively. So hopefully everyone out there is having a great, what's today? Friday, right? Today, Friday the 1st. All right, let's do this. I'm excited. So I called this an amalgamation stream because that's kind of what it is. It's just, I wanted to do something. I didn't feel like playing a game today, and I got a number of games in the mail in the last, 2-3 days, I guess we'll call it. And the car search is over. That's mostly behind me. I'd say like 90% behind me. I figure we would talk about some Christmas gift stuff. That way we can talk about things we got. I got a couple of books that I wanted to talk about. Just kind of, and ask the elephant all in one. Today's stream is however long it takes. Jess is attempting to take a nap, so we'll see how that goes. But I'm loud, and she's convinced that the door is never closed, even though it's closed. But yeah, so yeah, I have 3 unboxings to do. I guess technically we could actually do a 4th. We'll see how that goes, if you guys want. But before we get into the games, I thought we would talk about life stuff, like what else has been going on. I am in the best place I've been in up here in memory in quite a long time. I feel really good. I feel in control of things. I feel confident. I feel excited about playing games and doing the show. Taking my medicine. Yeah, things are on a good path, I think, over here, all right? So, yay. Hopefully you guys are on par with that, right? And doing relatively well as well. Again, I mean, COVID's still wreaking havoc, right? And so, Oh, I did get a couple of new masks. I got a Felix the Cat one, which I'm a huge Felix the Cat fan. It has ties to me playing poker because my online moniker was Sir Felix Cat, because I always thought it made sense as a poker player because I like Felix the Cat. He's crafty, he's clever, and he has his magic bag of tricks whenever he gets in trouble. I thought that was pretty cool. So Sir Felix Cat, it was. So I've always had an affinity for Felix the Cat. And then we were at Target the other day. We had to return something, or exchange, I guess. And they had this like wall of masks. Sounds ominous, doesn't it? No, just bagged up, and they had a couple of really sharp ones. They were like $4, and I was like, cool, awesome. So picked those up, so that was cool. That was good, yeah. All right, so there's that. Let's see, before we talk Christmas presents, we'll talk about the big thing. So I totaled my car back on December 5th, for those that didn't hear. Got in a car wreck. Not really my fault, but it was, I guess, because I was out in it. But we had our first snowstorm of the year, December 5th, and I was out picking up dinner to bring back, and was going down a hill about 20, 25 miles an hour, because it's not super steep, but it was, I mean, it's steep enough, right? And at the bottom of the hill, it kind of bends off to the left. And was going, and this is in my 2009 Honda CR-V, and was going straight and started to turn, and I turned, but the car kept going straight, and I was like, uh-oh. Lincoln was in the back seat, And didn't panic. I was just like, this isn't good. Okay. But I wasn't going super fast though. So I had time to adjust, I thought, and I kind of pumped the brakes a little, and the nose kind of turns. It starts biting a little bit, goes, and then wham, right into a curb. And so both the right front and right rear tires were kind of towed in, or yeah, I guess. The tops were out and the bottoms were in, whatever. I was able to limp it home, and then both the tires went flat. Got it towed through the insurance company, and was waiting to hear what was going to be. And they were like, yeah, so much suspension damage, we're just going to total it. I was like, what? I'm sorry? Come again? What? Huh? Because I'd had that car for almost 10 years. And Josie, that was her name, she was reliable. I mean, I loved that Honda CR-V. Loved it, loved it, loved it. So I was not prepared to get a new car. And so then I was like, okay. So I originally got the Honda CR-V for right about the time got Asher. And I was like, okay. So we need some sort of like crossover SUV type vehicle, right? I don't need a giant SUV, but I do need one to where Asher can fit in the back. And so I was really happy with my Honda CR-V, with my purchase, right? So this is 2011, 2011, I think it was 2011. Got a 2009 Honda CR-V, loved it. Durable, reliable, had no issues with it until I totaled it. And so I was like, okay, so I definitely want another, crossover SUV because I now have Lincoln and plus Jess and Cooper and everything. So I wanted to have enough room for the dogs, plus, grocery shopping, whatever, standard stuff, all of that. And I don't know how to do things half-assed. And I am really big about my research. So I dove headfirst into a whole lot of researching for crossover SUVs. And I started looking at new cars. I never have owned a new car in my entire life. And I was like, well, maybe? Because if I'm going to own this car again for like 10 years, I think I could make the justification. But I was looking at 2020s, new, but, first owner type thing, but would be discounted and all this. And I went through, I basically went through a list of like 66 different SUVs, some crossover, some full size, whatever. And I narrowed that down to 8. And so on the 30th, so that was Wednesday, was test drive day. I researched the hell out of them and test drove all 8. Well, 7 of the 8. In no particular, or I'll do it in the order in which test driving. This was based on location from me, okay? So I have a rental. It's a Pacifica, which is like a huge minivan. The dogs love it, but no. Anyway, so we went to, I went to Hyundai, and I test drove the Kona, which it was just too small. It was fun to drive, punchier than I thought, but no. Test drove the Hyundai Tucson, and I looked at the Santa Fe and decided against it. So there's 3 of them. Then from there, I went to Kia to check out the Sportage. So that's 4. Then it was Toyota for the RAV4, 5. The Subaru Outback. Was it the Outback or the Forester? I think it was the Forester. That's 6. The Honda CR-V and the Mazda CX-5. Now, going into this, after just having done research, I thought that it would come down to the Mazda CX-5 or the Honda CR-V. I was predisposed to liking the CR-V because I've had a CR-V. It treated me great. I loved it. The Kia Sportage was out pretty early on because honestly, I thought that the Hyundai, because the order in which I listed those was the order in which I test drove them. Long story long, I was shocked at how much I like the RAV4. That thing has come a long way. That was nice. I really, really like the RAV4. I got to the Honda CR-V and was beyond belief disappointed. Would not buy the CR-V if it were $10,000 cheaper. Just, it was a miserable driving experience. A lot of road noise. It had no oomph whatsoever. I mean, I'm the car I settled on. I didn't choose the the souped up engine. I don't need a lot of oomph, but some. And hated the CR-V. It was the roomiest, had the most room in it, most cargo space, but couldn't have been more disappointed. But long story long, because it's me telling a story, and as Jess says, I tell very long stories. Toyota RAV4 or the Mazda CX-5. And then yesterday, went for a second test drive, this time with Jess to get her feedback, plus just to get like a trusted advisor type, input, right? And she really thought it was going to be the CX-5 as well. And there were two CX-5s, a 2020 and a 2021 Carbon Edition. And then we did that first, and then we went to Toyota and the RAV4, and she was blown away. I told her, you're going to be shocked at how much you're going to like the RAV4. And I was right. However, came down to, when it came down to financials, it was a no-brainer. Got a great deal on the one that I settled on. So without further ado, so there she is. So Mazda CX-5, 2021 Carbon Edition. So I pick it up on Monday or Tuesday, but that's it. And I have a couple other pictures here to give context. So yeah, really, really happy with how that turned out. That's the actual car. Like that's my baby. Oh, she's sharp. And the interior. So there you go. There it is. So there we go. All right. So glad that's behind me. Like, car shopping's never fun. It's the first time I've ever done it with a new car, and it was relatively painless. I enjoyed the test drives. But remember, it's funny, I got in back into the rental, and I was like, wait, where's the gas release to fill up the tank? Couldn't remember because I'd driven so many cars in the last 2 days. Yeah, it's funny, every time I think of the car, I smile. I've never had a car. That's the case. It's perfect for what I need. And I feel good in it, and it's fun to drive, and it just, man, it's like sitting in a cockpit. It felt right. So there you go. There we go. All right. I'm sure you'll hear about it at least for at least a week or two after I get it, because holy cow, this is exciting. So yeah, there you go. All right. So there's that. Before we get into games, there's a couple other things I want to talk about. So, so Jess bought me a Mira travel mug for tea, right? So, okay. So I've had this one. I got this one from Clay from Capstone. Okay, he engraved it right there. So there you go, right? I am super happy with this thing. This thing has been great, okay? I will continue to use it. However, the one that Jess got me as a Christmas present, it has a like a tea infuser, right? It has a little tea basket, to where I can put loose leaf tea in it, and that's awesome. Double walled, insulated thing, keeps tea hot forever for like 12 hours, which is ridiculous, and or cold, whichever, right? However, so I'm one, if I drink a black tea, a lot of times I'll have a little sugar, a little milk in it, right? And so I had the lid on it and everything, and so I shook it to, mix up the sugar and everything. And it leaked. And I was like, oh no, and burnt the hell out of my hand. This is before literally seconds before a live stream last week. And I was like, oh, we're going to have to return it. So we did. And Jess wrote, I think, in the tea forums that she was using for recommendations on what travel mug to get. Their response universally was, wait, what? Why would you shake it? It's tea. And oh, thank you. And apparently, I was an idiot for shaking my tumbler, my travel mug, because they were like, it's tea. Why do you need to shake that? Duh. Is he slow? Maybe, yeah. But so we reordered another one. Just don't shake it. But other than that, it was great. So I'm going to stir it a little bit before that's that. Another gift here that the elf just brought in, Jess, who realizes she's probably not going to sleep while I'm streaming because I'm too loud, is here. So y'all know I like to cook. So there you go. Little apron. There you go. And personalized. Yes, I'm an emu. So there you go. Yeah, loved it. Love this stuff. Got a couple of books also, one of which I've talked about. I'll talk about that one more in detail here in a minute. The other one was recommended. We actually, one of the things that Jess wanted to do for her birthday was just go to Barnes & Noble and just walk around and find books. Just because that's fun, right? Going to a bookstore. And she normally feels real guilty about buying books because there's access to libraries, right? Makes sense. And so I went in there and I found a book that really I wouldn't have thought that would have been up my alley. And it's called Hench by Natalie Zena Walschatz. Right here, Hench. I'll read the front for you guys, inside the jacket here. A smart, imaginative, and evocative novel of love, betrayal, revenge, and redemption told with razor-sharp wit and affection, in which a young woman discovers the greatest superpower, for good or ill, is a properly executed spreadsheet. I was like, okay. This was recommended by some of the folks there at Barnes & Noble. It says, Anna does boring things for terrible people because even criminals need office help. She needs a job. Working for a monster lurking beneath the surface of the world isn't glamorous. But is it really worse than working for an oil conglomerate or an insurance company? As a temp, Anna's just a cog in the machine, but when she finally gets a promising assignment, everything goes very wrong. An encounter with the so-called hero leaves her badly injured. And to her horror, compared to other bodies strewn about, she's the lucky one. So, of course, then she gets laid off. And it goes on and on. So basically what this is imagine supervillains and superheroes were real. Not saying that, indulge me. And she works for a temp agency, and she does spreadsheets, at least from where I'm at so far in the book, for a supervillain. And she talks about meeting a friend of hers, and while they're waiting for the interviews at the temp agency, like swiping through Tinder. So it's like real world setting for that. It's really, really enjoying it. So Hench. So far, I mean, I'm only 40 pages into it, but really enjoying that. The other one that I wanted to mention, I've actually mentioned a couple times now, and I figure I would go into this one a little bit more in detail. It's called The Art of War, Strategic Puzzles. All right. Picture wits against Sun Tzu, Napoleon, Rommel, and many more. Battlefield scenarios and puzzles for the armchair strategist. Yeah. All right. So check it out. I had all this set up for the games. We'll get there. Let's move these out of the way. All right. So this is it. I figure maybe we could do the first one together because I haven't done this yet because I was kind of waiting to do it with y'all here. So hopefully you guys are on board with this. If not, if you got something better to do, I know the BCS games, or no, BCS, the playoff about to start. But yeah, I mean, my Ducks don't play till tomorrow. So, all right. So check it out. All right. So, figure we go through the introduction here. And published in 2019 here. All right. So, Ancient World, Glory of Rome, not Glory to Rome. Age of Warlords, Rise of Kingdoms, Revolution, Napoleon, House Divide. So basically it goes from ancients to modern day, right? Or at least to the Cold War. So, here we go. War is possibly the greatest self-harming calamity conceived by our species. After a century devastated by 3 global wars, most nations now prefer peaceful trade to armed conflict, unless they can profit from the latter at a safe distance. Yet war still holds a fascination for many of us who have no direct experience of it. Tales of wartime heroism can give us hope and a greater appreciation of the joy of the peace we enjoy, while strategies innovated on the battlefield can be employed in less violent, if equally competitive, pursuits such as sport or business. In the 5th century BC, the Chinese general Sun Tzu summarized his observations on warfare in The Art of War, the oldest military treatise in the world. It is still widely respected today, not only by military commanders and captains of industry, but also people simply trying to survive in a dog-eat-dog world. Sun Tzu's insights are the inspiration behind this book of mental conundrums, which will take us through centuries of warfare and across continents of battlefields to test your powers of strategy, problem-solving, and intuition. The quote-unquote battlefield puzzles relate to real historic engagements and ask you to make a choice or predict the outcome. If you are familiar with military history, and let's face it, I somewhat am, you may recognize a battle from its description, in which case consider it a test of your knowledge. A disclaimer for academics. In order to make the puzzles accessible, I've simplified much of the background and taken a few artistic liberties, which seems fair, seems reasonable. If there are egregious historical inaccuracies, I offer my sincere apologies. That's a get-out-of-jail-free card. All right, so let's go ahead and just check out the first one, all right? All right, so here we go. The ancient world. The earliest battles were fought between bands of warriors with weapons and tactics similar to those used in hunting. But as human settlements grew, so did the need for greater military organization. This led to the introduction of new technologies like the war chariot, along with strategies such as attrition, guerrilla warfare, and scorched earth. Military power enabled the mighty empire of Persia to expand its dominion into the Greek city-states in a series of wars that will rage on for 50 years. Let us see how you would fare commanding armies at the dawn of Western civilization. So here we go. The first one says, take command, battlefield 490 BC. Let's start by invading Greece. You've been given command of a mighty army by the Persian king Darius I, including a battalion of the dreaded immortals, armored warriors who knew neither fear nor pity. You have sailed to the peninsula of Attica, from which you shall march on Athens. So the battlefield now, the enemy has blocked your advance on a marshy plain surrounded by mountains. You must break through or concede defeat. All right, so we have the marsh over here, we have the coast, and we have the Athenians. All right. So, available forces. The Persian army is 1,000 elite armored cav and 25,000 infantry. Like, I'm just picturing the size of this battlefield, first off, right? The Greeks have 10,000 troops, mostly Athenian hoplites or spearmen, and missile troops. Missile troops being, those were spears. Those were hand-thrown spears. I don't believe they had bows. All right. So, strategy. The numbers are in your favor, which is important when attacking an enemy in their own country. You would also expected to find Spartan allies among the enemy, but your intelligence reveals that Sparta has offered no aid to these Greeks. What will you do? And you have 3 choices. All right? Take a cautious approach, waiting to see what happens and keeping a keen eye on those mountains. Seems reasonable. Option 2 is rely on the element of surprise. You sound the advance and throw your shock troops into the enemy's center, assuming trying to break through, all right? Or third, give up. begin an orderly retreat and return to your ships. All right, well, we're obviously not going to give up. I mean, we have, So the interesting thing is we have a roughly 2.5 to 1 strength advantage. I feel like that's ominous, though, keeping an eye on the mountains. I feel like, I'll be honest, I don't know what happened in this. So, I don't think they're going to be surprised. I mean, I feel like we should do number 1, but we have a 2.5 to 1 advantage, and we have the cavalry. I mean, I feel like 2 is the right thing, but the way it's worded, I feel like 1. What do y'all think? So, Peanut Gallery, chime in. We will come back to this. Solution over leaf. So the solutions start, and I won't look at it yet, on 203. I'm just going to open it up just to take a look at 203. Nope, too far. Okay, so there is the solutions starting there. Okay. And yep, it has that. Okay. All right. So that's the question. What would you do? So 1, cautious, or 2, full frontal assault. So those are our options. Okay. All right. Cool. There we go. All right. How about y'all? And let me catch up now while that's going. Okay. So Happy New Year to everybody. Poland in the house. Good to see Thomas. Alyssa, unboxing High Frontier 4, all nice. Enjoy that. It's going to be a while. And also, going to enjoy the cheese tomorrow. Because Alyssa is a huge Eagles fan. I'm a Cowboy fan, and we had a friendly wager. I was going to buy tea for Alyssa if the Eagles won. And she was going to procure me some cheese from the fine, amazing The Cheese Shop of Salem, which is fantastic. Cowboys rolled, just saying. And the note on it was, well, at least my Eagles get a better draft pick. But we might be playing in the playoffs, just saying. We'll find out on Sunday. All right. Brianna says 1,000 times yes to a 4th game down box. All right. Recommendations on 18XX. What was the exact question? 18XX game I can buy in Europe. Depends on player count. Not gonna lie, 1862. I keep looking at it. I keep it here in the studio, and I keep thinking I really want to play another game of that, which means that's another stream. And also, Feast for Odin. I'm championing at the bit to play that again. There's going to be a lot of solo streams coming up, but also I'll go ahead and talk about that while you guys figure out the answer to that. Greg actually just reached out today. He's going to be bringing by his copy of Power Grid and a bunch of the expansion maps, because Power Grid's going to be able to be relatively easy to stream remote with everybody, multiplayer. So plan on having some of that along with some Age of Steam and other Winsome type games in the near future, plus all of the other solos that I promised, and oh God, the island game, I can never think of the name, the one that I owe for Randall, that also. There we go. Oh, Matt says I got a wooden locomotive kit too, similar to the U-Gears stuff, but not. It's wood trick. Looks pretty similar. I have to look up some U-Gears picture to see how much I like there. I want to see pictures of this, Matt. That's awesome. Yeah, Cube Rails, win some games, right? All right. Oh, and I should have mentioned that the CX-5 I got, the Carbon Edition, it's the sweet spot as far as like trim level, if you will. Also got all-wheel drive because I live in the Northeast. So there you go. All right. Hey, Tony. Well, everybody, because yeah, we'll get there. Kurt says, my brother runs the service department for a Honda and a Mazda dealership, both owned by the same guy. He said, hands down, he'd get the CX-5 over the CRV, no question. I agree. Yeah. I have not named it yet, Gusarino. I have not named her. I would be, it will be a female name. That's just the way I am with my cars. I mean, I always liked the name Mackenzie for a girl, so I don't know. I'll have to ride around in it a little bit and try and figure that out. But I'm always open for suggestions. Banker Dave says, don't like SUVs. I do. I mean, I've always been like the luxury car guy, but like, as they say, champagne tastes on a beer budget, and the CX-5 is perfect for that. And I mean, it was cheaper than the RAV4. And so, but it felt like I was in an Audi or a BMW, and there's no way that I could ever afford those. And it just felt so nice. Felt so good. I did drive a turbo edition. That was nice. That had some giddy up. But even the base engine in the CX-5 was enough. So happy with it, really happy. Plus, I have a Greyhound. I need to have room in there, more so than just like a regular sedan. So, my first car was an '89 Mustang GT. I got that when I was in the Marine Corps. Oh, Rado's live. Hi, Rado. Okay. Oh, Eric says Hench is supposed to be really good. I'm really enjoying it. It has enough of a hold on me to where I'd rather do that than like watch random stuff on YouTube or whatever. And I enjoy doing that. So that says something. All right. Doter says, I got Prince of Thorns by Mark Lawrence. So I am way behind on reading. So a lot of these I probably won't be familiar with, but noted. Brianna is fun. It's like we're all hanging out in one giant virtual group. That's kind of what I was going for today, right? Okay, so let's see. Exactly. Matt says, I have a sneaking suspicion that the missing Spartans will turn up, maybe through the mountains, so one to avoid being caught unawares. Exactly. Hey, Gaurav. Because the flanks are covered, the Athenians chose a narrow front. So that offsets our numerical advantage right there, Michael. Okay. Take off, nuke the site from orbit. Yes. It seems like, Michael, a little foreshadowing says, one avoids the historical outcome. Historically, it was 2, Marbrum says. Okay, so I think collectively we all thought it would be 1. So that said, let's go ahead and look at this. So it seems like the general consensus was 1. All right, so here we go. I'm not going to actually, I will go there, so you guys don't see the rest of these. So it says, oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. A moment. Because this says solution over leaf. So what does it mean by over leaf? Because it's not. Oh, no. Okay. Because the solution is not past 203. So we have a while until we get to those. So overleaf. What is it talking about? I feel like an idiot. What does it mean by overleaf? Help me out. So actually I can show this. So I feel like an idiot here. Let me highlight this so I can not lose my spot. Next page? I don't think so. Hold on. Oop. Or maybe it was. Hold on. Oh, it is. It is. It is. It is. Okay. Means next page. You're right. Yep. All right. So here we go. It's the Battle of Marathon. All right. So here we go. You just fought the Battle of Marathon, sadly, on the losing side. The Athenians chose their battlefield well, marshes and mountain preventing you from using your elite cavalry. If you opted for one, your troops would have been subjected to Greek missile fire and the enemy given time to reinforce. But perhaps death in battle is more honorable than provoking Darius's wrath. If you opted for two, this is what the Persians did, rushing in only to be enveloped by the Athenians' flanking infantry and massacred. And three, if you had ordered a retreat, you might have averted disaster, although your reputation would have suffered and you would have probably lost your head. So from this, it sounds like I think we did the right thing. So there you go. All right. So like this one says solution on page 204. There you go. And then another overleaf, so it's going to be on the back page. Okay, I understand that now. And just another random one. I don't want to. There we go. So, Battlefield 1815. So it's Napoleon. Yeah. But anyway, I thought this was really cool. I think when I'm done with it, I'm going to actually send it on to other folks that might want to check that out. So, there we go. Art of War. Strategic puzzles. So, there we go. It feels like we weren't going to win that one. Fair. Feel like it's war games. Maybe the best way to win is not to play. All right. All right. So let me catch up on the rest of chat, and then we'll start doing some unboxings. Alyssa says, when the Eagles take a knee instead of kicking a game-winning field goal to eliminate Dallas, I will enjoy it immensely. In other words, we'll see. Because the Eagles are playing the Washington football team, and the Cowboys are playing the Giants. The winner of the Giant-Cowboy game then has to wait until that night to see who wins between Washington and Philly. If Washington wins, then they make the playoffs. They win the division. And if they lose, the winner of the Cowboy-Giant game is the division winner. So the only team in the East that's eliminated and going to enjoy golf early for sure is Philly. All right. Alyssa says, ooh, Power Grid, math, the board game. I love it. Dimitri, isn't money secret in Power Grid? And even so, that can be done. Everybody can track their own money. I can just have the money off screen, except for mine, and leave it at that. Or we can play, you can always play with open money if you want. So, all right, Red Eye Ghost. Gaia Project set up solo. Nice. The stream has interrupted my reading of the Automo rules. My apologies. It's a long weekend. You got time, hopefully. All right, Corey says, finished 2020, started 2021, playing Rococo Deluxe Edition. Not a bad start. Excellent. I still don't have my copy yet. Christopher, what's up? Got FLGS gift cards. So I don't know what I got until a check from jury duty shows up. But I did get a book on refactoring code written by some board gamer. No idea who that might be. Hi, Martin. Chai today, by the way. By the way, Oh. There was one other thing I wanted to, I'll take a break from chat. One other really cool gift that I got, I wanted to show. So, as y'all know, I'm a Marine, right? And like shadow box type stuff as well. But Jess thought this would be a really cool idea. And I agree with her. So this has nothing to do with Marines. I was just shadow boxes, right? So there's this company here that that makes like shadow box type stuff. And Jess reached out to him, and here, might as well give him a plug. Here we go. Handcrafted with pride by Carved by Heart in Durham, North Carolina. So Jess reached out. And now, as y'all know, I also enjoy playing poker. And I have what you might term a few poker chips from various casinos that I have frequented around the world. Okay, so I have these. I have these. And I have these. And we're talking, so here we go. We have the Bicycle Casino in LA. We have the Bellagio. For some reason, I have another dollar chip. These are all $1.50 or $2 chips from the various casinos. So Boston Billiard Club, this is what I consider my local card room. It's open right now. Now Chasers is also. I don't like Chasers nearly as much, but I have a written agreement with them to film there. So if you ever watch any poker vlogs, I'm going to be doing some poker vlogging from Boston Billiard Club there whenever I'm able to. Anyway, so I've collected all these chips and I keep them in a box and they're just around, right? So the Venetian, right? The Wynn. So yeah, you get the idea, right? Sandia Casino in Santa Fe, New Mexico, Albuquerque, New Mexico, sorry. The Horseshoe, some Seneca. What do we have? Eastside Cannery. This was what has become Dice Tower West. Treasure Island. Anyway, you get the idea. So I have all these poker chips. And Jess measured these chips and asked this guy to make a little storage place for him. So as you can see, so they'll fit in there. So I can actually display poker chips. I thought that was awesome. And this guy was like, never thought of it. So he asked her for the depth and the whole 9 yards. And now this guy's going to start selling these to make them available to other folks. So yeah, that's the Brook, which is also local, the Luxor Binions, Horseshoe. What do we have? The Imperial Palace, Circus. I have other Foxwoods. That's not Commerce Casino, which is arguably Mecca for poker players, kind of. New York. Anyway, Caesars, another win. You get the idea, right? So anyway, I thought that was a really, really cool gift. I'm excited. Obviously, I'm going to need more than one of those. But yeah, so that was cool. All right. Yeah. So obviously, I have Encore somewhere in there. You would think I would be able to pick out the Encore one really easy, but for some reason, I'm not. MGM. There it is. Encore. So there you go. That was my home casino, like 15 minutes away, but poker room closed down because of COVID and hasn't reopened. And then everything in New Hampshire is about 30 minutes away, and all those are open, but doesn't feel like it'd be real responsible for me to tell you guys ask you guys, remind you people to social distance and wear your masks if I'm not going to do it myself. Now, everything at the Boston Billiard Club, they take the cleaning and everything very serious. Everyone must wear masks. You are asked to leave if you don't, because I have gone up there since COVID just to check it out, but not to play. And anyway, so yeah. Also some dollar slugs from various casinos too. So anyway, whatever. So that was a really cool gift. I'm excited to put them in there and try and figure out how to organize them. Anyway, all right. Matt says the expansion wingspan helps it feel freshness, a little bit more fresh. That's good. All right. Don't name the car Rita. I don't think it'll work out. I would say it's unlikely. Oh, Robert says, I drove your new car, i.e. the CX-5. I'm curious what trim level, if you remember. Robert says, I drove it for a week in Pennsylvania last year. It's now my favorite SUV, beating out the BMW models. Seriously, but like in the affordable category, like the CRVs and the RAV4s, and it's amazing. The fit and finish on it is gorgeous. Coming from a 2009, a backup kit. Now, I've had rental cars, right? So I'm familiar with these things, but I didn't have them. Backup camera, blind spot indicators, Apple Play or Android Connect or whatever it's called. So I have an iPhone, right? It's like, I don't know, a few generations old now, but being able to have Waze come up on a 10-inch display up there, oh, that is so awesome. And connect YouTube, you know, to be able to play music and stuff like that, whatever, Spotify, whatever, doesn't matter. And have all the apps and have everything. Oh, man, that's awesome. That's really cool. Unfortunately, I couldn't afford the package that included the heated steering wheel. You don't know how much you like a heated steering wheel until you've had a heated steering wheel. I didn't like it thousands of dollars. So, yeah. All right, Drew says, so had Vino set out, for those that don't know, this is an ongoing saga, the Mr. and Mrs. Grant saga. I believe Mrs., right? Could be girlfriend. I thought it was wife. I think it's wife, Drew. So Drew, a number of streams ago, had asked, during, I think, the last Ask the Elephant, how do I get my wife or significant other, whatever, to play a Vital Lacerda game with me? And what one should I get? I said, hard stop, hold up, ask what theme interests the most. Start there. Drew did, and I'm assuming this is Mrs. Grant, said, Vinos. Done. He ordered it like 20 minutes later. He says, so, had Vino set out in a glass of wine for Amy. About 5 minutes into the teach, she tells me she doesn't think it's for her. Fair enough, we ended up playing another lighter game. All right, but at least she tried, and at least she was willing. So, you know what? And let's face it, it's not like you're going to be upset having Vinos in your collection. Overleaf, other side of the page. Exactly. Drew says, I called it a win-win. She gave it a shot, and now I have Vinos in my collection. Exactly. Rome, City of Marble, any good at 2? Okay, I'm remembering the game. I don't think we've played it at 2 yet. No, we haven't played it at 2. I know we played it at 3 and 4. I don't know. What's BGG say on that one? Thomas says, wait, I never heard that you were a poker player. Good stuff. At first, I thought you were just trolling me, and then I realized, no, you're being genuine. Yeah, I used to play professionally for a few years until online was Black Friday. April 15, 2011, I think, is when the sites got taken down. So, yeah. He says, I wish poker was legal in Poland. Ooh. I will say this, though. at least the countries in Europe, for the most part, Poland's a big country, but are relatively small to where, because I know in the Czech Republic they have poker. I know they have it in the UK. I don't know what other countries in Europe, mainland Europe, which eliminates the UK, but have card rooms or casino poker rooms. But you could always drive or take a train. So, and it's not that far. So you could make a weekend trip of it, you know? So at least there's that. I have not made it to Monaco, Melissa. Billy Mustache. Never gets old to me. Happy New Year. Oh, I misread what Billy wrote. It says, just tuning in after a day of laying on the couch. I read that as a long day laying on the couch. And it's like, oh, it's a struggle. Not because of a hangover or anything, because 2020 is done. And I just wanted to relish it. Cheers to that. Have I checked out May Leaf Teas? Joe asked. They're based in London, easily available online, awesome stuff. Nope, but I'm gonna. May Leaf Teas. Wow, that is really spicy, that chai. May Leaf Teas. All right, I'll check it out. Thank you. Billy says, starting the year off right. Already selling 4 games with a plan of 10% or 38 games of my collection. Have you figured out which 38 it's going to be yet, Billy? Oh, and Robert said, oh, so you drove a CX-5 Carbon. Excellent. Yeah, see, every time I think of the car, I smile. So yeah, I've never had a car like this that made me excited to drive it. I had a rental once. Do y'all remember? This is back when I was in Colorado. I had the Honda Civic in the shop for something, I don't know. And the rental place said, oh, all I have is this convertible BMW sports car. That was okay. That we just went on drives to check the weather, that type thing. So, but this is the first car that I've owned that I've been giddy about. So yeah. Huh. A Mazda Rita sounds all. Not gonna be Rita. Luke says, I just turned the heat up and aimed the vents at my hands. Same, but I'm just saying, if you have experienced a heated steering wheel, I'm telling you, it's amazing. It really is. Oh, another thing Jess got me there. So I'm all about functional gifts, right? Like everything you mentioned, except for even the display for the poker chips, functional, right? The apron and the travel mug and all that with the tea. It's not a strainer. It's a diffuser, right? Is it? Is that what do you? Tea basket. There you go. That fits inside. You unscrew it. You put a teaspoon of tea in there. Screw it back in there and pour the water over. It's okay. Just don't shake it. Anyway, I was going somewhere with this. Oh, right. So she got me a, I don't even know what you call it, but when you know a storm is coming, a snowstorm, it's like a bra for the windshield. It goes over the side mirrors to where instead of having to scrape the windshield through everything, the guys from Queen Games who live either Vermont or New Hampshire, they live up here in the Northeast with us, recommended this. Apparently, all you do is unhook it from both of the mirrors and just pull it off and all the snow comes with it. And you have a perfectly clean windshield. And I was like, that is an awesome gift, thank you. Because now I don't have to scrape windshield. I'm in. Awesome. So Jess killed it. So thank you, Jess. And you're probably watching or sleeping. I hope you're sleeping. But I'm loud, so you're probably watching. So thank you. Alyssa says, your heated steering wheel reminds me of a CEO of a former company who installed a heated driveway, used it once for like 6 inches of snow, got a power bill for thousands of dollars, never used it again. Heated steering wheel. You press a button, it heats up. The end. And I will say this, the Pacifica, the rental, and it was literally the only car they had on the lot, so I will take the rental for when the CRV got totaled. It has a thing to where, depending on the temperature outside, it either turns it on automatically or you can manually turn it on. Really nice. While I got you guys and gals here, let me ask you, does anybody who has kids or dogs, do any of y'all have like a back seat cover, like a WeatherTech? They're stupid expensive, the WeatherTech ones. They're like $160, which seems outrageous to me. But at least for a while, I'm going to want to try and keep this thing in pristine condition. So is it worth it? Because dogs. I think Lincoln's going to go in the very back, and then Cooper, which is the one that sheds, will go in the back seat. So I'm thinking a cover and like the WeatherTech mats. I'm just saying, are they worth it? I have no experience. I see the reviews. Tell me what you think. All right? Help me out with that. Oh, okay. Thomas says everyone in Poland goes to Slovakia or the Czech Republic to play poker. See? At least I got the Czech Republic part down. Olivier, when will you play Era of Tribes? There is a solo mode. Did I know that already? Era of Tribes had solo. So the multiplayer is going to be a minute. That's not going to be until sometime this year, hopefully, because I'm not going to try and play that remote. Hard stop. Solo, possibly. I will dig into that and take a look. I'm not. If I was aware, I forgot, which isn't saying much. Sometimes I have the memory of a goldfish, which shortchanging goldfish. I hear that goldfish. That's a misnomer. Anyway. What's up, Genway? Gurav says 1830 set up downstairs. Would be awesome to start 2021 with the bankruptcy, eh? Yes. Yes, that is Kanban EV. Ooh, Billy Mustache. Overachiever. Says, I didn't just figure out which 38, I figured out which 75. But the first 38 be the most important. All right. Okay. Corey says, we had a 2009 BMW X3. Should have named it Rita. Most unreliable vehicle ever. Switched to a VW and Mitsubishi. Fair enough. I've heard stories that Mitsubishi X3 owners actually, X3 or X, whatever the SUV one was, have been, a lot of them have traded in for the CX-5 because far cheaper, but it feels the same, which, yeah. The Food Lab by J. Kenzie Lopez, alt for Christmas. So happy with that one. Is that a book, Andre? Have a good one, Luke. Yeah, from what I've heard, Era of Tribes, the rule book, not strong. So I will take a look at the solo. So I'm actually. By the way, this was a gift for my Marine Corps birthday a couple years ago from Jess. It's a Marine Corps pen. I love this thing. I love the weight of it. So this was Era of Tribes. Solo. If I was smart, I would have brought up, Jess's family, her sisters and family on that side of things, and I was included in this, did a Secret Santa thing, like a $50 max, and then through an app called Elfster. That was pretty cool. So I got 2 things from that I am legitimately loving. First was a Rocket Book, which basically is a notebook that automatically can upload like calendar and your notes and everything, PDF, the whole 9 yards, automatically can upload. Plus, you just get a towel or washcloth, get it wet, and erase it. Seemed pretty cool. I'm enjoying it so far. I used it. I brought it with me for all the test drives. So I should have brought it up here for that. But the other thing that I got in that was a annual subscription or 1 year subscription, whatever, to Curiosity Stream. If y'all love documentaries, I do. Curiosity Stream's really cool. I've watched a bunch of just history little videos from like Half is Interesting and Dark Docs and some others. And they promote, they're sponsored by Curiosity Stream on some of them. And it was like $12. It was $1 a month, I think, for a year subscription for Curiosity Stream. And you can either watch it on your phone or cast it to your TV or whatever. Really good stuff. Really cool documentaries. I've only seen a little bit on it, but yeah, highly recommended for that. Anyway, there you go. Oh, Gaurav, is Jess softening you up with all these gifts? No, just we set a very reasonable low limit on how much we were going to spend on each other this year, and so tried to do thoughtful things for each other. That's all. No, so she can slaughter you in board games. She's going to slaughter me regardless, so she doesn't need to soften me up for that. Alyssa says, I have heated seats, so I shouldn't really talk. I'm not exactly sure. So I know it's some trim packages on the higher end stuff. They have ventilated front seats, which apparently are like heated seats, but for summer, so they're cooler. But I don't know exactly how those work because they're just ventilated. So I guess they're just more like mesh. I don't know, but I didn't get ventilate. They are heated though. See. Oh, okay. There might be a Kickstarter coming for Era of Tribes this year. And the updated rulebook and the ability to use the modular map with solo. All right, good to know. All right, Undefined says, just a heavy blanket for the back seat. Scott says, we have a doggy hammock that goes in the back seat. It's great. My only question for that, Scott, is how big is your dog? Because both of ours are like, well, Lincoln I know is 72 pounds. And Cooper I think is 55 to 70, somewhere. So these aren't small dogs by any stretch. Corey says the seat cover is worth the money. The seat covers are also washable, and they are custom fit to your car. Not gonna lie, that's tempting though. Gaurav says just get a blanket. Ed says, I have a Subaru Outback with the WeatherTech in the cargo area, which I did look into too. I love them, but they somehow still collect dog hair. Easy to clean and do a great job of protecting the interior though. Seat cover's worth it. Yeah, shed machine. Cooper is horrible about shedding. All right, Kenji. Let me get back to that, Andre. What was the name of the book? Food Lab. Okay. And YouTube channel. By the way, when I was so another cool thing is I've never bought a new car before, so I don't know how the process works. And I was like, well, I'm still waiting on the check from Geico, just because I had to mail the title over, and it's actually supposed to be a really quick process on all that, whatever. So I assumed I couldn't actually get sign the paperwork and all that, and do all that until I actually had the money to here, right? I had already been pre-approved through Navy Fed and the whole 9 yards, whatever. And no, that's not the case. So I was able to sign my life away last night at I don't know, I think it was about 6:30 last night is when I actually signed the paperwork. They won't give me the car until I've paid for it. Seems reasonable. which will be hopefully Monday or Tuesday. And then, but the cool thing is it was December 31st, 2020. Just saying, that's a big purchase. 2020, better than 2021. That's good. Didn't know that, so that was cool. A lot of naivete from this guy. So there you go. Rocky. Glory to Rome, Rocky. That's funny, but glory to Rome. Rocky said, wouldn't a Marine Corps pen be a crayon? Read my mind, Rocky. Sergio, just stopping by. Happy New Year. Happy 2021 to everybody. You too, Sergio. Go, Rob. A stone. Y'all look terrible. Drew asks, have you played Root solo? You could stop there. The answer is no. But then he continues, with the Clockwork expansion. I got that for Christmas. Haven't tried it yet. I still have yet to play Root solo. Or Pax Premier. Second edition solo. I am. That's going to change soon. Brianna says, the cooling seats are weird. It's an uncomfortable sensation, in my opinion. Well, all right. It makes me feel better, if nothing else. Thank you, Brianna. Brings the colder air from below the seat. They're very nice, E says. Well, you know what? Maybe in the next car. Oh, in a Golden Retriever, you can, so they can fit in the hammock. Interesting. All right. Have a good one, Go Rav. Paul, Happy New Year, Edward. I enjoy your podcast and streams. All the best to you in 2021. You too, Paul. Well, I don't enjoy your podcast and streams, but you get the idea. Happy New Year, Paul. Thank you. Undefined says, what makes car buying better at the end of the year? Two things. One, discounts. And two, tax write-off. Now, it would have been a tax write-off no matter what year I get it. It's just I would have preferred it in 2021 than in 22. Sorry, in 2020 than 2021. So there you go. All right, I am caught up. So that means let's unbox some stuff, shall we? All right. Oh, Kresimir, what's up? Says, speaking of Pax Premier, anyone do the DIY PDFs? I am unfamiliar with what this is. What is this, Kresimir? And let's move one of these over there. All right. Alyssa, considering Pax Premier solo for tomorrow night? Been sitting there since April? Make it happen. Tomorrow night is, yeah, I'm not streaming anything because the Ducks are playing both football, Fiesta Bowl, and the basketball team's playing. So there you go. It's called a hammock, but it's more like a liner that goes over the seat. You'd have to look it up to see what I'm talking. I've seen them before, but okay. But yeah, so it sounds like seat cover / blanket. We'll see how that goes. But I'm definitely going to get something because it's my baby now, right? All right. All right, cool. Let's just get into it, shall we? All right, so we have 3. So I'm going to start with this one because this one came completely out of nowhere for me. WizKid sent this, and it arrived 3 days ago, 2 days ago, 3 days ago, something like that. I know nothing, or I knew nothing about this, all right? And so I looked it up, and this seems... what's the word? Not audacious. That's the wrong thing. Oh, good Lord. Ambitious. There you go. Seems ambitious. So I'm going to read a little thing from the beginning, or from the BGG page. It says, Cedars from Sereis, I think is how you pronounce that, is a transmedia science fiction universe that's been created over 5 years by Serge, or it could be Sergey, I'm not sure, Macastar and Charbe Forel, and which contains posthumans, space operas, extensive journeys on space arcs, lost empires, exobiology, genetic evolution, android development, and more. Okay, you have my attention. I will say, the one apprehension that automatically kind of makes me raise an eyebrow, just one though, which one? That one. So the right eyebrow is when it says that something's been created over a long you don't need to sell me on that. So that always, whenever I hear, this is the best chess implement, I'm not saying, you know what I'm saying. Anyway, but check this out. This is the ambitious part. Cedars, Series 1 Exodus. Ready for this? Is the first game of a serial of 10 set in this universe. 10 games. This is one. Okay. When an unknown force threatens to render their home uninhabitable, the Cedars must build arks, giant colony ships, to ensure their survival. Players work to create the most promising design to be chosen for production. Each turn, players draft cards into their hand as cards are laid out on the board. Players strategically place negotiation chips between the cards they want, using their alignment and position to determine who has the most influence over a desired card. Once all negotiators and tokens are placed, influence is calculated and the winners of each card is determined. Anybody else notice that a lot of WizKids space games seem to be focus very heavily on negotiation? Not saying that's a bad thing, I'm just making an observation here. Once obtained, cards can be played for points, adding value to your arc, or discarded for resources. Each card represents a different component of the arc: locations, items, personnel, and players will find unique synergies between cards as well as their player color's unique power. Asymmetry and complex interactions add layers of strategy that lead to a unique experience each time you play. And it plays 2 to 4, and according to the community, and the community being 6 votes, take that with a huge grain of salt, apparently best with 3, or possibly 4, but also recommended it 2, doesn't play solo. So, there we go. I think that sounds pretty damn interesting. And apparently there's going to be 4. But it might not be as thorough as it normally is, because I don't want this to be a 6-hour unboxing stream. Meaning the Kanban included behind me. Because let's face it, there's this, there's Escape Tales, there's Pax Viking, which I know you guys are dying to see, because I'm dying to see. I haven't opened it yet. There you go. All right, so let's see. Kresimir. Oh, interesting. I don't know, Kresimir. That sounds interesting. Oh, Christopher says, as someone who used to be a judge for Mage Knight, really wish WizKids hadn't put that 20 years on the box. Yeah, oh man, hey, if the shoe fit, I can relate, all right? All right, so let's dig into it, shall we? I have a razor blade somewhere. I know I did. Yeah, there we go. Okay. So, check out the back of the box. There we go. I will say, just like on the surface, the idea, the mechanisms and everything on this sound interesting, but I don't look at that and go, ooh, you know what I mean? Some games have that. I don't know that this one does, but I will say the concept and the idea of the game sounds really interesting. So, okay. Predominantly a card-based game, so, all right. How many of y'all, have a good one, Dimitri. How many of y'all have heard of this? Because until it arrived, I had not. And I am looking, so let's see. There are already 70 comments, 241 ratings on BGG. It's 7.8. The weight, it says, is 3.5 of 5, which I always take weight ratings on BGG with a huge grain of salt. But that just seems like a good start. Okay. And Christopher says, anyone know when we should be receiving Kanban EV pre-orders? I will say that I heard that they started to arrive last week. Started to, depending on where you are, especially here in the U.S. So, yeah, it sounds like so far nobody has heard of this, it seems. Which, I don't know. That could be really exciting. Could be bad. Well, I don't know. We'll see. Okay. A moment here. Oh, geez, I am way behind, so hold on one sec. Huh, okay. I apologize. A moment, I am behind on some of these, so hold on. It's a new year, so let's do this upright. First off, Red Eye Ghosts, cheers. Thank you for the bump and support. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. Also, well, come on. There we go. All right. So the first one is Juan Carlos. Cheers. Thank you for the support. I'm going to need to get something else to drink. This is going to go away soon. Thank you for that. And also, Simon, cheers. Thank you very much. Year's off to a great start. That's what I'm talking about. Thank you, guys. Thank you very, very much. All right. Let's see. Shad Ghost, are you talking about here with Exodus? Oh, okay. So wait, really 2 years? Wait, I didn't even notice that. Oh God. So apparently this was released, yeah, in 2017. So that would be 4 years ago now. I totally missed what year it was released. I totally missed that. Huh. Jan says, it's a French game, came out 2 years ago. It's okay. Okay. Wow. All right. Well. Oh, sorry. One more thing. A moment. Okay. Cool. Well, it's new to me and apparently new to everyone not named Jan. Oh, yeah, doing a shot every time I get a patron? That could make for an entertaining stream, but no, that'd be bad. Okay, anyway, all right. William, what solo streams am I thinking about doing soon? And this is not all-inclusive, and I'm going to try, here we go, D-Day at Omaha Beach, BIOS Genesis, Fields of Aro, Feast for Odin, Comancheria, Greenland, Neanderthal, 1862, because I want to play the game again. Barrage, probably another Roads and Boats. Obsession, which probably arrived yesterday and I didn't make it to the post office, so there may be another unboxing tomorrow. I lied. It might be Sunday. Before the Cowboy game. Could be Monday. We'll see if Obsession made it. Yeah, I think that's a pretty good solo list off the top of my head. There may be others. There may be others that I forgot. But anyway, let's get back to unboxing this bad boy. Here we go. Yeah, 4-year-old game now. Okay, it's 3 years old, but you get the idea. All right, so what do we have here? We have sticker sheets, but if you notice, I don't know if you guys can make those. Yeah, there you go. You can see the outline of them, so they're pretty big size stickers, so that's not so bad. Okay, all right, cool. Let's take a look here real quick. Okay, so that's not terrible. At first I was going to hammer the rule book over, but the component list is there and then it shows the components out here. That's okay. It's okay. I'm okay with that. Yeah. All right. Actually, it doesn't look that complex, but I'm sure that the depth in the combining cards is where this game is going to really shine. So this is probably what Shed Ghost was talking about. I think maybe. Mark says, feels like BGG lately likes to rate game weights excessively high. I feel like there has been a trend to simplify and streamline games. Not everybody, but enough to where it's given me pause. And a little player aid as well as a layout of what looks like player boards or faction boards, and then a little player aid right there. So the rulebook doesn't look terrible. Looks all right. Cool. All right. So we'll get those out of the way. We'll break out the board here momentarily, but just a standard insert. But let's get all of this. That's going to be a lot of player boards. And one nice thing I will say, that's your punch board right here. And I guess there's a little bit to punch on this. Is that a double thickness board? Give me a second. Wow, these are super thick. Hold on. Oh, they fold. All right. Oh, well, this is pretty cool. Okay, so insert. Sure, fine, whatever. Okay. So let's move some of this stuff out of the way. Let's look at the board first. Double-sided or no? Yes, double-sided. And we will zoom that out. Have to move some stuff out of the way probably, but. All right, let's move those. We can put the bags. We got that. We got that. There we go. Okay. Okay. So there's the board. Looks straightforward. Not a lot. I mean, the artwork's fine, but it looks, everything's clear for, again, not knowing the game. I apologize, but I'm going to assume that's probably based on player count. Let me get Pax out of the way. Hold on. There we go. Okay. These might be possible paths that you can follow. So just looking at that, that shows 1, 2, 3, 4. That shows probably that's for 2-player side, maybe. Just a guess. Don't know. Not sure. But I will say this. These player boards, these seem pretty wicked. So, and I want to zoom in for this. And you know what? Actually, let's be fancy about it. Oh, really? There we go. Da, 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 da. Oh, you know what? A moment. Cool. Let's try this one. Let me know about the volume. That's a little loud. All right. So let's get back to this. Might be a little far. There we go. All right. So check this out. So this is what I imagine is your player board here, right? But you fold it up, and it has, it might be a little far. So there, I don't know if, you know what? This I'm actually going to have to look up, so hold on. So I actually want to make sure, do those separate? I don't think they do. That's really interesting. Huh. Well, that's pretty cool, though. Okay. So, okay, there's a little bit more punch board, but again, there's not a whole lot. See the important color I know everyone's waiting for. These are really cool. So, color me impressed. And you guys can see how thick these are. These are insanely thick. So those are the 4-player boards, okay? Then we have, like, seriously, is that a, holy cow. These things could stop a bullet. I'm exaggerating, clearly, but, okay. Note how thick this, like, it could be half that thick and it'd be a thick chit. Like, legitimately, like, wow. Okay. This other punch board is not nearly, this is what I would consider quality thickness here. So, okay. All right. And then a ton of cards, but also a bunch of translucent cubes. So we have green. We have, so these are going to be, I assume, player colors. Green, red, these are just your standard translucent cubes, and then you have blue. So there's those. And then, along with those, let's get the 2 chits into the box and get these out of the way. On top of that, you have your plastic crystals. I like the orange, the color on those. Those look good. All right. Then in player colors, so this is pretty cool. So these are pretty thick little translucent little markers. I assume these are score markers to go around the outside, around the outside, around the outside, like so. So that's cool. You can see the number behind them. These look nice. Okay. Yeah, I know. I did notice that too. The off-center biohazard, the punch symbol, but seems like it on that. But let's get back to it. But honestly, I don't think they're egregious. Okay, the entire thing is off. Yeah, you can tell. So it's not just those; it's these as well. But what? Again, I don't want to not point it out, mind you, but is that going to be a deal breaker? No, but I prefer it centered. But whatever, to me. So yeah, you can definitely tell that they are off center there, and even that you can tell is off center as well, right? The whole thing was just off. About what, like 2 millimeters, 2-3 millimeters. It should have gone that way, but there you go. All right. But yes, it is definitely off center. So then for the player boards, this is pretty cool. Wow, these are component wise, you can hear that, right? So these are going to go on player board stuff. So like, again, having not played the game, and I mean, but Not exactly sure how this works, but component-wise, pretty cool. Yeah, dig it. All right, and those are all 4 colors. So they're all the translucent. These are pretty cool. So just that one board is off center, by the way, that one punch board with the hazmat stuff and all that. The only thing left then are the cards. So let's briefly go over, take a look at those. Let me, hopefully these are. Have a good one, Drew. Congrats on the attempt. And you never know. Maybe you could start with another wine theme game. I mean, Viticulture Essential Edition or with the expansions, pretty solid. So could always start there and then work up to Vinos, possibly, but okay, come on, open up. There we go. The top part does punch out. That is true. Right here. So like so. There we go. So those are now punched out. See? There you go. Yep. For the player boards. I appreciate that, York. I am aware of the reach of the channel, so I try and make it more universal. All right. So there is this deck of cards, there is that deck of cards, and there is that deck of cards. And flip them over. So I'm not going to bother opening these 2, but there. I will go through the cards here a little bit in detail, but okay, they look similar. So there we go. All right. We'll move that out of the way. There we go. That way you guys can see it a little bit clearer. All right, let's take a look at this. There we go. All right. I'm just going to separate these by color just to show some some differences between them. A moment. Okay. All right. So there are 5 different colors, or 6, I guess technically. There you go. There we go. So 6 different colors. Let's go and look at them a little bit more in detail. Oh, these have UV printing on them. So let me see if I can pick that up. Yeah, there you go. You guys can see. Come on. Ah, there we go. There's the angle. So that's fancy. There you go. You can see that. And the backside. So the backsides are all the same. Well, except for the ones that are like these convert cards here. But the rest, and so there you go. All right. And you can see they all have some level of UV coating on them. So that's nice. There's no linen finish, but that's fine. They are a bit thin, but seem pretty quality overall. So there you go. All right, that's everything except for the player aids, honestly. So show those and we'll call it good. All right, so that is, whew. All right, so I definitely need my glasses for this, but let's, so there you go, okay. Yeah, with my glasses on, I can read it from my side of the table. It is small font though, so finger for scale, but. All right, so there we go. That would be Cedars from Sereis, Episode 1, Exodus. All right, cool. This seems like a game that's going to require us to be in person to play, though. All right, so there we go. All right. So something off the radar. The next one probably will be as well, but less so, because at least everyone's going to be at least somewhat familiar with that one, because I've streamed it, a couple of them. So let me get all that there and the stickers. Oh, by the way, I assume the sticker sheets, these are going to be for the discs. So there's that as well. Okay. All right. All right. Cool. So that. All right. Get that one out of the way. Size of the box. Okay. All right. Next one. I don't like this playlist. I like the other one, even though you guys have heard this one. It's 396 songs. Let's just scroll down and see where we haven't heard some of these. There we go. A moment. Right there. Okay. Let me know if it's too loud. All right. I feel like this is the beginning of a Hall & Oates. Huh. All right. Okay, changed up enough for me to give it another chance here. All right, what do we got here? Oh, we can bring that in. There we go. So this one, obviously from Board and Dice, this arrived unannounced. Okay, so as you can see, and this is exactly how it arrived, minus the bubble wrap that it was in. Okay. So I figured we would go over this together. You know what I know. We know it's Escape Tales. So this is the kind of escape games, right? The exit game type of game that I've streamed the first intro for both of the other two in the series. And so let's see. I mean, we have a little note here. So here we go. Okay. So we'll put this right here. Okay, well, hold on. We're going to pause this. And I hate that song, so we will go there. That's better. All right, so here we go. Do not open the game before you solve this mystery. Case in point, still in the shrink. Okay, have not. Hi, I'm Maura. Hello, Maura. You don't know me, but I know you. All right. I've watched you through time and space, and I'm sure you are the one we need. Well, I appreciate that. Thank you. You've received this package, a mysterious one, no doubt, by no accident. I'm asking for your help to save a lot of innocent people from mind-controlling worm vines. I'm in. This is the reason why I'm sending you these 3 little seeds. Okay. After all, to overcome a challenge, you need to understand it first. Please care for the plants as well as you can, and they will repay you for your kindness with pieces of data crucial for the discovery you need to make. All 3 of them must survive. Are you serious? Okay. Be patient. You must wait until they grow leaves for the whole plan to come together. Only Board and Dice does this stuff. Only Board and Dice. Worry not, though, as I don't want to leave you in the dark. On the flip side of this letter, there is an instruction on how to care for the little seeds. Once your plants fully grow, gather the information they will give you. The highest plant must go first. Okay. Send the data through your nearest terminal, and there's a website, or write to Philip for your unique code. Hi, Philip. Hi, Rainer. Okay. This will lead you to a unique game card version that you can share with your friends and followers so they can play Escape Tales, Children of the Wyrmwoods, based on what your beans told you. Remember to take care of them. Mora. Seriously? Okay. All right, hold on. So let's see here. Oh, here, you guys can, there. Like, is this for, like, are these real seeds? Yes. Okay. Oh, yes. So there's 1, there's 2, there's 3, and there are 3 beans. Okay. So these 3 beans, Happy Face X, or so X-Ray Bravo, and on the flip side, Hotel is on the back of the Happy Face, a happy face on the backside of the X-Ray, and a happy face on the backside of the Bravo. Okay, hardy, drought-resistant annual. Fast and fantastic growers, your beans will magically grow within 2 weeks. They're keen, green, and love to talk. Well, excellent. All right, how to grow. For quick and effective germination, wrap cling film around the top of the bean container. Okay, so like I'm gonna use like coffee cups or something it looks like. Okay. If it's cold, place the container next to a radiator, i.e. a heater. When the beans emerge from the soil, dispose of the cling film. They grow best at 25 degrees Celsius. So my guess is that's about, what is that, double at 32, 82 degrees. So let's throw some tunes back on. And let me check the translation on that. At 77. Okay, so you know what? I'll put them in, I have so my house, it's really irregular, but I'll keep it in the bathroom downstairs because there's a heater in there that I keep on to help warm up the downstairs. Okay. Repot in a larger pot once the leaves start to grow either indoors or outdoors. Okay, so let's go over this, okay? So hold on. For any of y'all out there with a green thumb, so okay, let's go over this. Let's back up. So grow them. The highest plant must go first. Okay, all right. So I'm thinking I do 3 different seeds or 3 different cups. Okay, so help me out because I expect y'all to do this with me. So I think these are just soil things. I'm ignorant when it comes to this stuff, okay? I am completely ignorant. So, full sun, a depth of 2 to 3 centimeters, but, like, so what the hell are these? Are these dirt? The question, do I just add water to these and they, regular water, these will grow to 6 feet, 2 meters. Okay. Wrap cling film around the top of the bean container. So do you do like this? Like, help me out here, guys and gals. So do I do the H, the B, and the X, right? Do I put it in a cup like this? Do I water them and then put cling film over it? But do I need to get some sort of soil, or do I just water these first and that becomes soil? Like, help me out. Wet those little discs with water. They'll hydrate and puff up into little soil ball things. Then just stick the seeds into the middle of them. You can leave them in just that they sprout, then transfer to soil-filled cups. Kurt, I'm in. Okay. Oh, yeah, yeah, to keep it humid. That makes sense. Okay. Well, I guess that's what we're going to do. So, you know what? The highest goes first. Okay. Look, I can't grow anything, but I'm going to try like hell for this because I feel like the herd's depending on me. And who the hell else markets like this? Like, this is fun. This is cool. And it's exciting. I think this is really, really cool. I really do. So kudos to the guys over at Board and Dice. Y'all are clever. Y'all are really good with this. So I will do this starting today once we're done with the stream. That's step one. So I will do exactly what Kurt said. And then obviously I'm not going to open the box. So I'm not going to unbox this because we have to wait until we actually have beans. Okay. If any of y'all are interested in playing this, you have a couple of weeks, it sounds like, before we go through the intro, and these are ready. So you have 2 weeks. If y'all want to buy a copy, because you're familiar with these already, because I already streamed a couple of them. I think these are pretty cool, really cool. I enjoy this, but I am not going to open the box yet. Yes, I will label the cups. Don't worry. That is good artwork, isn't it? That's pretty cool. This is badass. This is really cool. So well done. So let's see. Rainer, Philip, Iraq, Andre, Agnieszka, everybody over at Board and Dice. This is really cool. All right. Trying to grow some random seeds in January in Boston. What can go? I have a warm spot I can do. So I'm gonna hook this up. All right. The herd is counting on me. So I'm just curious, who out there is interested in the game and will pick up a copy in the next couple weeks, and I will give regular updates on. Oh, hey, they've sprouted. So we will see, and I'll take pictures and probably tweet them out. Share them over on Slack as well, all right? So there we go. I will be careful with these. Set those over there. That's really clever. That's really clever. It's really good. Yeah, 450 minutes, yeah. Their lives will exist only to entertain. You're not wrong. All right, let's get back to some music. That's really cool. Oh, I'm getting texts from dealerships. Lori wants to know when I want to test drive a RAV4. I've already done it, Lori, and I'm sorry. Nope. Oh, right. Shoot. I need light. Somebody look up a cheap UV light. Because, yeah, I forgot. Gonna need light. I forgot about that part. Yeah, so somebody look up cheap UV light on Amazon. Let me know. Okay? Only game where the playtime depends on the season. So y'all may have heard of this one. All right, let's get into it. I mean, we don't need to belabor. We know what Pax Viking is. That is a bigger box than I expected. This is not the tiny old school Eklund Sierra Madre box size. Okay, so all right. What's up, Michael? Hey, what's up, Michael? Oh, the previous game. Here, just one last time. Escape Tales. Children of the Wyrmwood. Wyrmwoods, plural, with the beans. So I will do this for Team Herd. Team Heavy Cardboard there. All right. So let's go. Yeah. Obviously, you guys have seen this probably on Tabletop Simulator or Tabletopia, whichever one that is. I forget. So, yep. Cool. Thank you, Kurt. I appreciate that. Okay, I'll take a look at that. Corey says, in a few days, Mazda will reach out. Wonder if you want to trade up. I think I'm going to be pretty happy with my car. So, thank you. Eric says, Amazon has a $10 LED full spectrum grow bulb. The things we do for our games. All right. So, Pax Viking. Let's get to it. Okay. We'll go through the rule books and all this stuff here in a moment. But hold on, we'll do this proper. Hold on. So we'll start. First thing we saw was the appendix, and I like that it's written in. I don't know what font this is, but we'll call it kind of the Viking kind of runic font. Pretty cool. By Jan. John. I've tried Yoon, Jan. I butcher Jan's name, so. My apologies. Okay, hold on. Let's zoom out just a hair so we can get both sides out. There we go. Okay. Now, when we actually get the beans and everything done, and I get the special card and all that, then we will unbox it and go through Escape Tales. We will do it proper, Christopher. All right. What's up, Thomas? Aaron? Wow, all right. So here we go. So the solo variant. Wow. Just, oh, appendix. You know what? We're actually not going to do them in order. We're going to do the rule book first. I think that makes more sense. So, comprehensive rule book. I've been privy to the design process of all of this, of the layout and everything. So this is cool to see it in its final form here. I actually gave a little bit of advice as far as layout, so I'm really excited to see that this is done, how partially at least how I recommended. So I'm really, I mean, yeah, because as the rules learner for our group and Heavy Cardboard in general, right? I like having all the components laid out and having the setup to where now I don't have to do a whole lot of this. Because having that, now obviously the setup's going to go on to a different page and everything here, but having all of this laid out and everything named and I can see everything clearly, that is a big deal to me. And this just, again, this is all about making PAX series more approachable. So this makes sense and I'm glad to see that they did this. So, and I'm not saying that I am the only person that said anything about this, but I did recommend that, so I'm happy to see this. Okay, so, all right, so more of the setup right through here, the Yarrow boards and everything, and then the amount, starting venture points, and starting silver, which is the money in the game, and key concepts right here. The game board anatomy. So influence markers, so everything, so we have A, and it shows where A is. B, the victory condition cards is in B. C, the saga track and everything. And again, this is partially me, but this is, you know what? I'm curious if, there we go. And for those that, let's give proper credit. So, rules editor right there. It's Jess. So that's why I, had a little bit of input on this. But ultimately, it was Jess's doing. So, all right. So, there we go. Now, I'm of the mind, because, like I said, I'm familiar with how this got done, to where basically talked about all the other stuff and then went from big to little. So big picture, kind of like how I teach on the streams, right? So you start with, okay, hey, victory point tracker, whatever, all the other stuff, whatever, and then the map. You start with the wins, so the 4 general, and then it goes in and in and in from there, because that's what makes sense to me. Give me concept, big picture, and then go into detail as you go into this. And I think that's just a really good way to do it, and I think it's laid out really well. A lot of illustrations. Again, I mean, obviously Jess, but also, I mean, I think this is really good. And then the saga tile anatomy, so it breaks it down, simple. So I like that with the letters on everything, and it corresponds. It's laid out really, really well. Okay. So, and then the sequence of play, which are the various steps. So the influence phase, action phase, and then the winter solstice. And then it breaks down the various actions. So on the good side, this is how I teach the game. So when I do the actual teach, because this is the first copy right here. When I do the official teach for this, yeah, okay, find the official instruction for this. This is basically the layout, the form that I'm going to use. Very similar. So there you go. All right. So yeah, that looks great. And the Rosetta Stones on the back, which exactly how they should. All right. Juan Carlos, wow, this is disturbing for a PAX rulebook. Looks clear. And that's the whole point of PAX Viking, right? Was to make the barrier to entry easier. Because I would argue that this is probably even easier to get into than PAX Premier 2nd Edition. So, all right. So now that we've gone over the rulebook, now the appendix probably makes a little bit more sense. Okay. Oh, hold on. Wait, let's back up. Let's give some love to the herd. Here we go. All right, so the credits here, right? Hey, playtesters. There's Vince, Jesse, I'm looking at Naveed, Alyssa, Brian. I'm looking for names that I for sure recognize. Adam, Eric, Dan Thoreau. Awesome. Good stuff. Very cool. So basically, if you don't like the game, no, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Oh, and Andy, game development, and obviously Phil Eklund. So there we go. Sam's in here for the digital version. This is cool. Like, I know all these people. That's cool. Good stuff. All right, the appendix. All right, so now the solo variant, which, yes, you are going to see as well. So we're going to probably have 2 playthroughs. We're going to have a multiplayer, partially remote, probably Jess and I here in studio with 1 or 2 people remote because everything is open information. That's what they settled on. And then I will do a solo playthrough of this as well. All right. And then this is historical background because, I mean, it's Sierra Madre, Ion Game Design. So all the gods, because if you listen to my interview with Jan, how important the historical aspect of these games and getting them true, because this is his heritage. So there you go. The Jarls. The science and history behind the Vikings. So it's an essay by Phil. Because of course. And so that gives 2 Rosetta Stones, 1 for each side of the table. That's smart. I like that. That's well thought out. Yeah, I dig that. Very, very good. Okay. And then we have artwork. Nice. And the artwork, a moment. Let me make sure. Let's see. This is Madeline Fial. I apologize, Maddie, if I'm mispronouncing that. But yeah, that's real pretty. Okay. And then we have concise rules. So these are the complete and canonical rules. However, they are meant as a reference or quick refresher and are written in an extremely condensed and formal way. They should not be used to learn the game. Read the comprehensive rules instead, which include more detailed information, pictures, and example of play. All right, well, I'm excited to see this, okay? I am unaware of this part, okay? So it just lists, Saga Tile lists everything and it's all laid out by letters. Setup, how to win, sequence of play, and yet a third Rosetta Stone. So awesome. Awesome. Good stuff. Thomas says the historical notes are a nice touch to learn about the background. I appreciate them more after seeing notes in the GMT games. Yes. So, good stuff. All right, now let's get into the meat of this thing, shall we? Get all of the boards here. I will do this. Here we go. So the punch boards. Let's see how there we go. So thickness, good thickness, perfectly fine. It's not super stupid thick like in the game. I really need to cut my nails. Sorry about that. Anyway, good thickness on these, solid, and they punch out really easy. So here, I mean, really easy. All right, cool. And then we have all the silver and stuff there, so I'm not gonna go through punching all of these, so a moment, but there's that. Then these are the objectives. So goals of the game, I guess. Hold on. Do it this way. There we go. All right. Have a good one, Olivier. I think it's Olivier. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that right. There. Obviously backside. Okay. And then, so that's the punch boards. No, that can't be all. Really? Is it? Oh. Yeah. All right, cool. It is. That is all the punch boards. Now, we're going to go and bust out the map. But before we do that. All right, cool. I got it right, Olivier. Okay. I hope you can hear the heft of that. These are cool. And they have the weight that they should, that they look like they should. They are not hollow. These are definitely solid metal coins. These, they're solid, but you can definitely feel a difference in the weight. So the ones, and I don't know, I'm actually looking. Yeah, these are ones, and these are fives. And boy, do they feel like they should be ones and fives. Those are nice. Like, wow. Yeah, that's satisfying. Okay. Yes, I think that's what the kids would call thick. I agree. So there you go. All right. So those are the metal coin add-ons. Because, let's face it, I mean, poker chips are great. I love my poker chips, clearly. But, I mean, thematic. But also, yeah, these are... And there's a lot of them. So... All right. Oh, all right. So now we got the punch boards out of the way, so move that. And now, okay. That is a big 6-fold, or, you know, trifold, but 6 quadrant, not quadrant, that'd be 4. You get the idea. All right. And then, so we have the board. Just at a glance, everything looks perfectly clear. I hope that's is clear for y'all as it is for me here. We can also do, well, that's a bit extreme. Honestly, I think that actually works better for this. All right. All right. So then, yeah, it looks really nice. And obviously it's very clear on the winds distinction. So you have the north, the north, the east, south, and the west winds. So blue, green, orange, and purple. Yeah, it looks really good. I've only, because again, this is the first time I've seen the physical copy too. So a lot of love went into this. And a lot of, yeah, just because again, with Jess, I'm privy to all of this process. So this has been pretty cool to follow. I mean, it's not an excessively sized board. I mean, to bring it crazy. So that's full out, okay? So we have that. And then this is the insert with the Yarrow boards and everything, okay? So let's go ahead and, okay. They are linen finished, nice. Okay, that's cool. So all the Yarrow boards, so, and then we have all the wood and everything. We'll take this piece by piece. So the Yarrow boards, okay, and we'll just, we'll zoom in on this one because Harold was on top, okay. There we go, okay. They are not thick. These are either thin cardboard or thick cardstock. I don't know how you want to word that, but you can see the thickness on it to where they will bow, but I think they're fine. They are linen finished, it feels like. They do have, it might be, yeah, there you go, you can see it. So they are linen finished on the front and the back, okay? So there are a plethora, Hefe, of ones, and we'll actually go over all the, oh, nice. Okay, we'll go over that too. All right, so Harold, Sigrid, Strybjorn, Ingvar, and all of these are asymmetric, so based on their special ability over here, and obviously historical aspect. Oh boy. Odd Håkonsdottir of Lade. I butchered that, I know. Gunhild, Helga of Kiev, Edla of Obertreitz, and Eric the Victorious, okay? And this is nice. So on the same thickness and everything else, although these have a different feel. These also are linen finished, but they just have a bit of a different feel than these do. But these are playraids. So as you can see, there are 2 of them, okay? And they list everything in alphabetical, it looks like here, okay? And then on the flip side, it has all of the other stuff. So basically, if I am correct in assuming, so let's take a look. Let me zoom this out a little bit. All right. So, if you look at all the icons, all thing, and all of that is the same as what's here at the bottom of the Rosetta Stone. And then all alone, all the way through, it goes through home, Key Trade Center, north, and once. So basically, this is a Rosetta Stone as well. And then on the back side, let's see, that goes all the way down to wind here. Now what the Rosetta Stone doesn't have that is on the player aid are the various influence actions. And the influence actions being these over here, I'm sorry, these 4 right there. And then the standard actions are listed here, which are also on all of your player boards. Here we go. So that so you not only have these, which are double-sided, you have 3 Rosetta Stones as well. So that'd be 3, that'd be 5 between the Rosetta Stones and these. And honestly, I don't know that really you need these since they're on the player boards, but it's actually a little bit more verbose here, a little bit more detailed. So I don't see that as a bad thing at all. I think that's actually a positive thing. So there you go. Okay. So that is all of the player boards and the player aids. Okay. Yarrow boards, player boards, same. So there are 8, I think, right? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, there are 9. All right. What's up, Russell? Okay. So that is all 9 of them together, so you can see the thickness between them. And like, I mean, they will bend, right? I mean, these are cardstock more than anything. But at the same time, like they're fine because these are going to be, you know, off to the side of the main board, which let's bring it all the way out. So the edge of the table is actually off screen. So from here where you can see, I still have another 4 inches there. And let's see, from where that is pretty much the top of the table there. So normal table size, you're fine with the player boards. Over here, like so. Or normal table size, you can also have them on that side and that side. If you have a skinnier table and a wide, so that works out to where you can either have the player boards there or either way. And that's normal table size, so you're totally fine. Normal table size, easy for me to say. Okay? Good to theoretically see you as well, Russell. All right. All right, so that is all the Yarrow boards. And I think it's pretty true to color here. So I'm taking a look at the board here, right? And the colors pop. They're very clear, like I can clearly see blue, green, orange, purple, right? I mean, and that's pretty clear to what's coming through. I got the white balance pretty good on this, so what you see, it feels pretty good. Also, if you look, and I can't remember when we streamed it, if they had fixed already Micklegard area, because there was a river, there was some discussion about that, the river's gone, and now these just straight up have harbors, okay? Whereas all of the other landlocked spots are clear now. It's either harbor or a landlocked spot, so where it's not, there's no confusion. They fixed that, which I was really, really happy about. They simplified, not fixed. They just clarified, made it simpler, which is a good thing, okay? Yeah, and all the borders are highlighted as well, JJ pointed out. So you can see the blue and green and orange right there to where they're all like pretty clear, I think, distinction between the winds right there, all right? And JJ says, JJ, are you colorblind? Says you can tell the blue and the purple apart, I mean, pretty easily there. So yeah, that looks really good. I'm happy with this. Cool. All right, so now let's keep going on. Let's take a look at the wooden components, the cards, and these are cards, but we're gonna call them tiles because round and people freak out apparently. So we'll start with the cards. These are the victory condition cards up here, okay? Okay. Let me, oh, there it is. Easy to open little. And the cards, also linen finished on these. So for so there are 4 different levels in which you can play this game. You have the novice, you have the standard, which the majority of people are going to play, I think. Then as you get more experience with the game, there are advanced, and if you're a sicko, Eklundian. And as I mentioned previously during the playthrough and everything, you can mix and match. So let's say you were playing with some kids, younger gamers, phrase it however you wish. You can have to where the experienced gamers have to meet those goals, to where you can have 2 of those, to where you choose which of those are, and maybe the younger gamers only have to do the novice ones. And it basically balances out the game. You can also play a variant to where these are face down to begin, and then at certain points in the game, you turn them one face up, so you know what you're working towards. But early on, you don't, so you can't, totally focus on each of these. And as you notice, there are 5 of each. So with the victory conditions, you're going to play with 4 of them in any given game. So there's going to be some variety, and you can mix and match. There's no reason you can't play with like 2 standard and 2 advanced, something like that. So there you go. All right. Oh, interesting, JJ. All right, cool. All right, so there we go. Those are, and again, card stock, and they're solid, and they're linen finish, which again I'm a fan of. They just feel better, right? And they feel like quality with the linen finish. It just really adds that little je ne sais quoi to them. All right, so we got that. Next, we'll go on to the wooden components, and then we'll finish off with the tiles. Even though they're cards, but we're going to call them tiles because people freak out. Apparently, there was a big to-do in the Kickstarter about that, which I like making fun of people about that. So the long ships, player color. All right, that's good enough. And I'll bust out a Jarl board so you guys can see. And notice that the colors of the Jarl boards are not, you're not tied to a certain color. So I'll mix and match, even though they would all normally be one color, just to show the various colors, the player colors here. Try and put like light colors together. Let's do it this way. Just so y'all can see distinction. And then no, sorry, wait, I got this wrong. There are, where are they? The ships. Okay, there are 3 black and 3 gray or whites. The white, black, and it could be the gray. Is it? Am I right? I'm looking around the board. Give me a second. So I see the 3 black there. So the 3 black, I'm going to throw them out here. All right, 1, 2, 3, there. And the 2 white are up there. Now, normally we would, because top-down camera, so here, I'll throw one sideways so y'all can see. By the way, I like the little monster artwork and everything. That is a little touch. So that's the 6 player colors, I think. Am I forgetting any? So there you go. Okay, and I will, let's see. Just gonna tighten that up as well. So there you go. Okay. Nice. Yeah, it looks good. All right. All right, and then, so that is, we'll go and throw the long ships back in their bag. And as you can see, these are pretty clear out there as well, out on the board for Dublin and Iceland. And these are just, you know, solid wood. They're not exceptionally heavy. They're just what you would expect, but I do like the shape. And they are all the same shape. They're all one mold, if you will, one shape. All right, so that is those, but there we go. So there, and now we have the different wooden markers. So not only do we have punch board stuff, but wooden markers here. Okay, and you notice the insert, the plastic insert, looks like everything's going to fit easily in all of that. Okay, and you could probably divvy these up by player color, I think. But as it is, you know what? No, I'll leave. Yeah, that's fine. So just gonna bring that back out a hair. Get that out of the way. All right. So I'm just gonna throw like one of each color and one of each screen printed thing out here. So, or maybe a couple different colors. So whatever, you get the idea. Obviously, these would all be one color, but just to show a variety of these. Okay. And the Yarrow boards, they're not double layer or anything like that. So, but I don't think there's need for this. We got yellow, so we'll go. Okay. What other colors we need? We need pink and we need red, right? Okay. And again, these would all be one color for your player color normally. I said red, right? Okay. But just to show the various, the artwork and the all 6 player colors there, okay? I agree, Russell. All around beautiful production on this one. Props to the whole team, especially including Jess and Andy. I agree. I think everybody involved in this worked their tail off to make it approachable, but also just really damn nice. So, there we go. That's everything but the actual tiles, okay? If there's anything in particular y'all want to see that I'm not showing, let me know, okay? Looks really good though. And I'll leave that out for the tiles. So the tiles now come in 2 different packages here. I'm not sure why, but okay. So let's go and break these out. Get something to drink. Give me a second. There we go. So I am very curious about the quality of these. So let's see. Okay. So y'all are seeing it as I see it. So I'm not going to bother opening these because I think that's, you get the idea with these. So here we go. So for just one. So these are cards. These very much are cards. So they are card stock. So whatever you would think of as a normal rectangular, like playing card, whatever. And these also are linen finished, as you can see. Okay. Try and catch the linen on it. Yeah, there you go. Right there. Okay. Okay. But, I mean, if you crease it, it's a card. So be careful in that regard. But other than that, I think all of them have unique artwork. I think. I don't want to definitively say, but I believe that's the case. I think so. Okay. So showing each of the different types. So these are advocates. You can tell by the icon at the top. So those are advocates. These will go into your hand and then eventually go out on your player board here in the advocate spots. All right. And then these red ones are events. These will never be in your hand. Now, I'm going off of the older version of the rules, so I want to, just don't take what I say as gospel. I haven't gone through the new rules, the printed rules as they are. But as it was, when you purchase these, the event would trigger whenever you meet the condition, having whatever it is in that region, in that wind, whatever it may be, okay? Then the black ones are gods. Gods will go on all of the player boards. There's only one god spot. There is one player board, one Yarrow board that has room for 2 god spots, and that is their special ability. They can have 2 gods. So whenever you meet the conditions, you can play these from your hand. But also, whenever you play these, or before you do so, there we go. There is the market, because it's a PAX game, right? Get these out of the way. A moment. So the market, right? These will end up down here, and they will conveyor down, etc., right? And then you'll be able to purchase them for silver. Put them into your hand. These are going to be face up. I was told the final version of the rules decided that these are no longer when you purchase them. They're not going to be in your hand face down. They will be in your player area, but not in play yet until you're able to play them. But nonetheless, mark it. Okay. All right. So that is God cards and then venture tiles. These are going to be in the locations out here on the board. So, like, for instance, right here in Svea, right? So the venture, you can tell by the little V at the top. And so far, it looks like all of these have individual artwork. So I may have been right in that all of these are individual artwork. Wow, there's a lot of cards, because there's not only all of these, there's also, this was the small stack. There's all of those, and just like a PAX game, you're only going to use a small amount of these, relatively speaking, in a given game. So every game's going to be different, just like in other PAX games, right? So there we go. So yeah, I'm happy with that. Yeah, these are cards. Let's be honest, because to me, when I say tiles, I think of either thick cardboard, like what you would expect, punch out cardboard, or markers like this. These are cards. Okay, they're round cards. Yeah, look, I'm not trying to get into semantics, but just think of these as cards, because that's exactly the feel of these in your hand, okay? And by in your hand, I mean either you can literally or in your player board or player area when you draft them. So there we go. That's Pax Viking. What do y'all think? I'm pretty happy. And by pretty happy, I mean, it's great. What would I possibly do? The rule book looks amazing. I think Jess did a great job on that. I think the production quality overall is fantastic. I think I'd prefer thicker player boards or Yarrow boards, but I don't think that's a big deal one way or the other, but just a personal preference. Other than that, I love the fact that you get 5 essentially Rosetta Stone / player aids. Metal coins are awesome. Yeah, I think this is really, really good. I think it looks fantastic. So, okay. All right, so give me a minute to get all of this together, and then, all right. Briefly and quickly, we will go through that by request. Okay. So let me gather up all the cards. And I will, here, I might as well, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Just want to make sure that I had all of the markers. Good enough. Okay. Okay. And Just gonna put that there and the metal coins there. So I believe this is getting released in February to backers. Don't quote me on that, but I believe that's the case. So there will be a playthrough of this from me, i.e. Heavy Cardboard first. The official rules one, yada, 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 before anybody else ahead of the release. When exactly, I'm not going to promise, but it definitely will be before y'all get your copies. So there's that, okay? But I don't want to say definitively it'll be January. It could be as soon as next week. Could be as late as the week before it gets released to y'all. So that's everything. Yeah, there you go, Pax Viking. There we go, okay. Okay, there you go. And JJ confirms should be released February according to the Kickstarter. Same Kickstarter that Module 3 of the High Frontier. There you go. I'm out of stuff to drink. I have a little water down there, so we'll go with that. Oh, yep, that's an eagle. Oh, put that up there. There we go. All right. Don't let the scale fool you. That's your standard Eagle VTOL game. Okay? Give me a minute, rest the old throat. How y'all doing? Y'all hanging it? Y'all going all right? What time we start? I forget. Been going for what, 2.5 hours? All right, we're good. Getting a little warm in here in the sweater, but. All right. Kanban EV. Artwork by Ian O'Toole. So it's Kanban. I don't know what's changed between the original Kanban. I never got the driver's edition. I can't speak to that one, but I do have the Eagle one now. So here we go. Any news on Dawn on Titan? No, David, I got nothing. Yeah, no, thankfully I didn't, Alyssa. All right, so I'm really curious. All right. Wasn't it, Ian had mentioned it was Kanban, and I think Castles of Burgundy was the ones that he said he wanted to bust out. He wanted a chance to crack at it, right? So. I really got to cut my nails. Oh, should have done that. Oh, well. Come on. There we go. Oh, that is a heavy box. Doug Red Shirt. Star Trek fan? Is that the reference? I do not like this song. Let's go to the next one. Okay, Yorick says, whiskey is tasting great. The brie is finished, so hurry up. Munchies are done, so I need to get more. We because of Alyssa's Eagles, we picked up a little charcuterie at the grocery store, and we're gonna do grapes, pears, some meats, and Eagle cheese from the cheese shop in Salem. So the cool thing about the cheese shop in Salem, they have partnerships with little. I don't know how this works, but apparently there's like worldwide distributors for cheese, and they have partnerships with little creameries. Is that what you call them, I think? Cheese manufacturers, around little mom and pop joints around the world. And they have a block of time. I don't know if it's weeks, I don't know if it's months, but during that block, only one particular store in the entire world will sell that cheese. And the cheese shop in Salem, Massachusetts, the Salem, is a part of that. And so some of these cheeses are really cool. So I'm excited to try some of these cheeses. We get 2 of them from, well, I'll take a picture and tweet it out tomorrow. I don't remember, but yes. So speaking of brie and all that, I'm excited for that. Cheesemongers. There you go. Good. How do you milk an eagle? Carefully, I imagine, Eric. Oh, Red Eye Ghost says, after how spectacular the metal cars look, I'm really disappointed I didn't add them to my pledge. Metal cars? What, in this? I don't know if I got the metal cars. By the way, this was taped to the outside. I'm not quite sure what this is, so a moment. I will take a gander at that. Blessed are the cheesemongers. What the hell is this? Come on. Ooh, oh. Certificate of authenticity. And a VTOL autograph. So apparently I got number 7 of 1,000. Well, that's cool. Oh, I think maybe metal coins? Red Eye Ghost or what? Oh, okay. No metal cars yet. Okay, cool. All right. There you go. That's cool. And it's like a little, like it's like vinyl. That's fancy. All right. Okay, Alyssa. Kulia from Ireland and Red Witch from Switzerland. I thought there was an English one in there. I might be wrong, but I will report back. Oh my God, that is heavy. Oh. All right. I mean, are all of y'all familiar with Kanban? Because Kanban, like, I feel like it's like a 5-6-year-old game. When did it first come out? I feel like it's been a long time. It probably will say, right? And it says 2020 for this version, but yeah, I don't know. Somebody look that up for me. Oh my God, I gotta quit doing that. That is like stupid. There we go. All right. Cars. You should have a metal pace car in there, but the rest will be wood. There was an add-on. Okay, I imagine I will probably get the metal cars. I'm hoping. Randall, if you're watching this, I'm hoping. There you go. All right. Because, I mean, metal's cool. All right. Little commercial from Eagle. Nice. All right, cool. Ooh. All right, let's go ahead and, this is probably going to happen very soon, but I will check about the metal cars first, though. Originals 2014, there you go, all right. My intro music is Ronald Jenkins. Thank you, David. It's one of the things I'm very, very proud of that we did at the very beginning, before we ever started the show. Licensed the music from Ronald Jenkins. Love his music. Big, big fan. I mean, tell me this just doesn't feel like everything about this screams Ian O'Toole, right? And this feels so reminiscent of all the other VTOL games as well. Laid out well. So again, see, you can't have both, and I will freely admit that. So you do one of two things. You either get the components all on one page like this, and then if so, I would hope that the entire setup is going to be laid out like this to where it's all on one page. Oh, it's 2 pages, but you know what I mean, to where the setup is all right here. And obviously it's a big setup, so you can't have the components all on the same page. So that's okay in my opinion, but if you're gonna have it on a different page, it should be laid out like this, okay? All right. All right. So, yay. And I'm curious, does it say for... we'll get there, unless I already passed it. Oh, yep, right here. So, rulebook laid out. Oh, so this is Vital that did this. Okay. And David Turtzi did the solo game. Awesome. And I know developer was Pauline Cow. And the rules writing and editing was Mr. Grogan from Gaming Rules. And the official rules video is Grogan. Not Heavy Cardboard. We're partners with Eagle, but he got the official. That's all right. Does a good job. So, all right. So, white on white, it makes it a little hard for the camera, I understand. But looks laid out well. A lot of pictures, which I think are a good thing, example-wise. And I'll be honest, I do not know what's changed in the additions, if anything. So, okay, meetings, then the end of game. Oh, changes in this edition. All right. If you're already familiar with Kanban Automotive Revolution or the Driver's Edition, here are the changes to the rules in this edition. You may no longer replace cars in your garages with new ones. Oh, okay. When Sandra penalizes you, you lose 1 PP, 1 victory point, in addition to victory points for any bank shift that you have below 5. Okay? In the nice Sandra variant, which nobody's playing, but I digress. You are always rewarded victory points for bank shifts. You have over 5 instead of for all your bank shifts. And there are 5 new final goal tiles to choose from during setup. Awesome. All right. That's it. And then various variants, 3-player reminders, 2-player rules reminders, final scoring right there. And then solo rules and the reference. Okay? The 2 bots are Mr. Lacerda and Mr. Turtzi. So yeah, all right, so you're playing against Vital and David. Okay, that's nasty. Awesome. I am a fan. And I hope that this solo mode is closer to the Gallerist and less on Mars. Okay? An expansion provides players with a range of permanent special abilities that they may pay shifts to unlock. Okay. Oh, there's also, on top of that, so ways to increase the difficulty. So the different 5 levels here for how you did in the game. But then there is, so there's the Speed Charger expansion, and there's a Special Garage Tiles expansion. In this variant, each player starts with a different bonus in their 5th garage during setup in turn order, starting with the last player on the certification track. Each player chooses a special garage bonus tile. Once you have a car in the 5th garage, you can activate the tile. And there are, when combining with the planner, you can only choose the order of the 4 regular garage bonuses. Must be in your 5th garage. All right, cool. Good deal. That looks really good. All right. And still X edition, right? It's Eagle, so stupid thick. And by stupid thick, that's a compliment. Like, that is ridiculously thick. Okay? So apparently the metal cars are not out yet, so I don't know if I'll be getting them or not. So we'll see if they arrive in the mail. I don't know. I imagine I will, but I don't want to definitively say. So all ridiculously thick. Again, punch boards, ridiculously thick. So that is part of the upgrade pack. Speed Charger expansion and the Special Garage Tile expansion. So I'm assuming that's garage tiles. And yeah, there you go. So expansion stuff right there. Ow. Punch boards, which again, I mean, I just accidentally punched that. So they are awesome thick. Okay. For different player counts, the factory track, right? Or the testing track. It's 4 spots. Okay. So yeah, it's based on player count. Okay. All right. So we'll go with the main board and we'll get into all that here in a minute. This is another 6-fold board, so I think this is pretty close to the same size as the like the Pax Viking that we just did. Let me zoom out. Okay. No, this is skinnier. Yeah, this is skinnier. So there's a lot of room on all of the sides. And I'll go and grab a couple of the player boards. So to give you an idea, space-wise, but also over here, okay? So let's get some of this out. Board looks clean. It very much has the aesthetic of Ian O'Toole, and things are laid out differently, aren't they? Because up here in the first edition, at least, the factory was up here with all the cars, but now they're over here, it looks like, I think, right? Looking at this. Yeah, because the cubes will go there and then they will follow the tracks. Yeah. Yep. So it's moved. The testing track was down here on the previous edition. So it actually comes there. And then the various, I forget what they're called, the like warehouse stuff through here in the middle, which was previously different. These are, I think, in the same area. And then the training tracks are these, I think, right? Interesting. This looks less intimidating, I will say, than the original one. I remember the first time we saw when we saw the original one, it was like, oh my, when you first saw that. I don't think there's anything on the back, is there? No. Oh, there is some. I'll show the artwork here in a minute. Okay. Yeah, exactly, Russell. First edition. Loved it after I got used to it, but it was a nightmare as a first impression. I feel like this one is not nearly as intimidating. So the meeting room, trying to remember which one, where, oh, this is going to be the meeting room, I believe. Through here, I think, right? All right. Looks really good. All right, yeah, well, I'll show the back of the box. Or back of the, sorry. Having just bought a car. I appreciate that. That's pretty cool. I like that. I like how it's intentionally blurry and then cleans up when you get to the engine compartment area and gets blurry out. That I like how the focus there. The meeting room's where Sandra is. Thank you, Sergio. All right, so let me fix that now. Let's go back and look. That's for the design. Oh, yeah. Duh. All right. Oh. Oh, interesting. Okay. So this is for the, I guess that makes sense because Sandra, right? Yeah. Nice. All right. So let's move on. This is a hell of an unboxing video, isn't it? Yeah. So now these bad boys are dual layer. So I think y'all can see them. Let me try and get the appropriate tiles. I'm trying to think of what will go where. I believe. So the cars will go up there, and you can see, or then a moment, that's going to be for wooden components there. And then for designs, let me find them, a moment. Or, no, that's going to go there, sorry. All right, well, hold on one second. Before we go any further, let's go and get this out. Oops. I really did that, didn't I? There we go. All right. Oh, they're like conversation, but oh, I see that. Okay. It's like you're sitting around the conference table and they're like conversation bubbles. That makes sense. All right. So that's the back of the player boards as well. Okay. So there. And they're stepped. So this is lower than this, which is lower than this, and I will show it this way. So you can see physically how low, medium, high. Okay. So we'll take the cover out. Oh, come on. There we go. There we go. All right. Okay, so here are the wooden cars, and wow. Okay. So, little plastic tray. Wow. All of the, I think instead of breaking all of these out. There you go. That works. So, all of these, not the green cars, ignore those for a moment, but put the black cars over there. These are big old chunky bits for the parts. So that's here, okay? And all of those are going to be for the various, okay? Cool. So then when you pop these out, player aid spots. And these are also stupid thick in a good way. Again, that's a compliment. That's just the way I talk. I apologize. Ridiculously thick. So perfect. I mean, that's cardboard. You can't bend these, right? So I suppose you could, but let's not. Okay. So more spot. You know what? Because I know y'all are going to ask, and I'm curious. So a moment. I am imagining y'all are going to ask, does it have a layout of where things go? I am looking. A moment. I don't think so. No. It may become obvious when you punch everything where everything goes, but there is no visual aid that I see. The car parts, all of that. I don't see anything that mentions the insert so far, unless there may be something underneath or whatever. Okay? So. All right, so we have that. We have another player aid down here, and that's going to be for the solo game. That's going to be for Vital and David. Okay, that looks nice. The gray plastic one, yeah, it's like heavy cardboard, exactly. So these are going to be for the cars. Okay, all right. So that actually, nope, these go back in. There, there, and then that will sit on top like so. Okay, all right. So let's bring it out a little. Oh, okay, a layout's on the BGG file, Steve says. Okay, cool, that works. All right, that's fine. I mean, ideally I'd like it in the box, but I don't mind printing that out. That's pretty cool. So the thought bubbles or chat bubbles are super thick wood as well. That's pretty cool. And the wooden locks for the things that are unavailable so far. Come on, open up. There we go. Like, it's excessive in a good way. That's awesome. All right. And then bonus time markers, I think. All right, time markers there. The those briefcases or clipboards right there. All right. So massively chunky bits. Your actual worker, singular, one. So there's 4 of these, and again, these are, I believe, the same colors as on Mars players, right? Different shapes, obviously, but same player color, because colorblind friendly. Wow. These are, talk about chunky. Like, the books, the training, like, come on, that's awesome. And it's even cut out, so you can see, oh, that's a little, there we go. Put it over here, so, I mean, that's awesome. Okay. What are these? The green ones. Looking. I don't know what these are. Okay, and the Kickstarter update number 23 had a suggested layout. So, are these like electric car charging stations? It almost looks like. I don't know what these are. Yeah, more of these inserts is a standard. I'll be honest, I do like it as long as it's functional, and this one damn sure seems like it. And then all the cars, right? So not only are they custom shapes, but colors. So you can definitely tell the difference between the shapes there. I'll probably bust one of each out, show y'all. There. The player, the racetrack cars. These are supply cubes, I think. Oh my God. The calendar marker is giant. Spares for everything, as Eagle is wont to do. The cards for the Kanban cards. Those might be for the solo game. These are for the solo game as well. And there you go. So, in a moment, I will bust out the cars there and some of the other bits, and we'll call it good. Okay? Expansion-related piece for a supercharge. That makes sense. Right, yeah, it seemed like a charger. Okay. Get them all facing the right way and make it fair. Oh yeah, Dyson blade. Yes, it does look like one of those fans as well. It does. You're right. I mean, do you need the metal cars? No. Do I want the metal cars? Hell yeah. Like, this is comical. The calendar. You will not miss that. I'm not sure which is VTOL and which one's David. So that is the race car, and here we go. All right, so let's see what we can do with this. Oh, that was pretty damn good. That's good. There you go. So the calendar mark, like that is comically big. That's awesome. I love it. And you can see all the cars, so for the different types of production cars. And then the race car for the track. There you go. All right. Pretty snazzy. Awfully snazzy. So there you go. That is Kanban EV. So that's going to be a solo playthrough. If I am getting the metal cars, I will probably wait to do it until those arrive. Because, yeah. But yeah, all right. So that's 4 unboxings today. I'm worn out. I don't know about y'all. Plus the 2 books talking about the CX-5. Amalgamation stream seemed appropriate. So anybody else got any more questions? I mean, it's 6:30. I'm getting kind of hungry, but what you guys got? Just going back to this. Look at my car. I'm just excited. So I think it was that one, right? Yeah, there it is. I like the black wheels too, the carbon black. And so the carbon edition, I always joke, like I always want to open a restaurant that you walk in and the menu is the food and the drink is the drink. Like you don't get options. It's just you're getting what we're serving. That's the carbon edition. That car only comes in one color, as you see it there, and it's exactly like that. So you have the down in other way, there, the red seats and the red stitching on the doors and the carbon fiber look on the center part of the dash in the middle. Red accents everywhere. I actually liked the interior on the non-carbon edition one, but the carbon edition, that's what you get. But it had a lot of the perks, a lot of the features of the higher, more expensive stuff. It's the perfect sweet spot. Just, I mean, you put a gun to my head, what two things do I feel like I would have really liked to have? One, heated steering wheel, I mentioned that, and yeah, the turbo engine. By the way, these new cars that have a difference between a normal mode and a sport mode, oh, sport mode, pretty cool, even without the turbo. So it's fun to drive. There you go. Oh, I like that, Christopher. In honor of Edward's foray into raising plants, which I need to do for Escape Tales, Children of Wyrmwoods. we should all perhaps donate thumbs. I certainly would appreciate your thumbs down below. Thank you. Subscribe if you haven't already. Why not? Seriously. It costs you exactly nothing. It's not like I spam you guys with content. We did there that one time, and then I realized we need to turn off that. But yeah, so whenever the videos are cut into individual pieces. My bad on that. And you wanna join the herd, help us out. Certainly would appreciate it. We get to 1,000, I get a Davis tattoo. So I realize that's not really a perk for y'all, but it's kind of a monumental thing. We hit 1,000 patrons. That would be awesome. I think that's a reasonable goal for, I don't know, 2021. Get to 1,000. Seems reasonable because I'm gonna be killing it this year. I have to, and I'm looking forward to it. All right, all right. Oh, Todd, did you get the carbon as well for the Mazda 6? That's nice. What con am I most looking forward to again? Heavy Con and Essen. Spiel. Far and away. And The Gathering. Those will probably be the three highest on my list of conventions to attend or host, as it were, with Heavy Con. Rocky, Lisa isn't a red Mustang with 31% interest rate. No, interest rates are really low right now. So that's good. I got a really good deal. I was told to not mention that. So yeah, it was a really good deal. I'm happy with that. I think that went really well. And yeah, and the miles per gallon is solid. It's not spectacular. It's not as good as like the CRV, but it's not bad. It's certainly good. So I'm happy with it. Here we go. German, I hope I pronounced that right. German. We'll go with that. So since you're taking questions, yeah, which would you suggest to start with if I wanted to get into a Lacerda game? I mean, Kanban's a good one because you have one worker, right? How many players, German? Because solo, the Gallerist. I loved the solo play in the Gallerist. In fact, I want to do another stream of that because I want to play that again. If solo, not on Mars. I would say find a theme that you like. I don't know. Yeah, it depends on player count and theme, probably. The Gallerist, I think, is a fantastic jumping off point. I want to try the new version of Kanban. Lisboa, obviously, won the Golden Elephant Award a couple years ago. If you like co-ops, or semi-co-ops, then there's CO2. But, I mean, Vinos is my favorite all-time VTOL game. So I'm partial to that. How do you... I forget. Did I stream? Did I play Lisboa solo? I don't think I can't remember if I have. So that should tell you it's not the Gallerist, but it's also not on Mars. Those are just about polar opposites of my favorite and least favorite for solo games so far. So yeah, I feel confident saying Kanban, the Gallerist, Lisboa, or Vinos. I think all of those would be great for introductions for Lacerda games. Okay, yeah, German says my group's big on co-ops. There you go. Then CO2 is clearly the right answer. All right. There we go. Yeah, if I haven't done Lisboa solo, I need to do that as well. That needs to happen. Yeah, I'm excited about getting the car. It'll be Monday or Tuesday, so just, yeah, super stoked for that. Super stoked. It's funny, I work from home, but I still have to be able to get the dog to the dog park, and I still have to be able to travel. Gotta have a car, so there's that, yeah. Oh, there's no solo for Lisboa, Yorick says. I haven't played Vino solo either, but yeah, Gallerist, I don't think I have anyways. The Gallerist I loved for the solo play. Loved it, loved it, loved it. All right, that's it. So I guess that's it. I guess we're out of here. So like, subscribe down below, support the show, pledgehc.com. It says so right down there. I would certainly appreciate it. Thanks to those of you that do support the show. It means a lot. Makes it to where I can do this full time. I certainly do appreciate that. Happy New Year, everybody. Let's make 2021 a really good year. No matter what. I mean, I don't want to tempt fate and say, well, can it get worse? It can always get worse. But you know what? We're still breathing. We're still talking board games. Life could be a lot worse. I miss hanging out with folks in person. I miss going to conventions and meeting all of y'all and hanging out with y'all. I very much miss that. But you know what? We still have stuff like this. So I'm grateful for that. I appreciate the support, whether you're a patron or not. If you watch the show, you listen to the podcast, I appreciate y'all, all right? So here's to a really good 2021. Social distance, wear your masks, because let's face it, I mean, we're probably, what, at least 8 months away from normal, whatever normal is going to look like. I think we're still a ways away from that. So social distance, wear your masks. Most of all, be kind to one another, because you never know what other people are dealing with. Just because somebody cuts you off or somebody doesn't say please or thank you. You never know. Maybe they just lost somebody, or maybe, who knows? So give them the benefit of the doubt until they prove otherwise. I think it's a good way to live. All right? So, yeah. All right. So I'm out of here. I think the plan is to have a weekly look ahead on Monday and hit it hard. A lot of solo stuff. There's going to be Power Grid. There's going to be more Age of Steam. And there's going to be more cube rails, whether that's Win Some Games, Rio Grande, Capstone, whatever it may be. And as well as, you know, the occasional multiplayer remote type game. So that's what you can plan on for the next foreseeable future, I think. And maybe some two-player stuff with me and Jess. There you go. And more Lincoln streams. Hopefully we get Lincoln in here as well. All right? Oh, yes, Obsession. I think Obsession's actually at the P.O. Box right now. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to make it there yesterday because I was busy with the car stuff. But I will be going tomorrow. And if so, then Obsession will be on the docket for next week as well. All right? Hey, Peter. So actually, there you go. There's my post office guy. Peter, literally, works at the post office. He texts me whenever I have packages. Peter, I appreciate it. Maybe once things calm down, we can get Peter in here to stream a game with us. He's not your traditional gamer, but I think we can find something that he would enjoy. So there we go. Girl Stampede, if and when Jess wants to. She's been a little self-conscious lately, so that happens when it happens. All right, but there probably will be some more of those coming. You guys reach out to Jess and tell her directly. Maybe hearing some positive comments will maybe motivate her to do some Girl Stampede stuff. Also, I have a couple of interviews lined up. We're going to do interview with Volko Runke. We're going to Morgane, and I apologize, Morgane, I can't remember her last name, but designer of Pendragon. The folks that I had, her and Volko, for the Zenobia Award, going to be doing interviews with them. And yeah, there you go. David, thank you. I appreciate that. Says, have a great, good year, and thanks for all the great teaching videos. Cheers. One last thing before I get out of here. So I haven't done teaching notes in forever. Reason is, I don't have teaching notes necessarily whenever I do solo playthroughs, and I've been doing a lot of Aegis theme for multiplayer and solo playthroughs, so I haven't done anything with teaching notes. So I appreciate all of you that supported $10 and up level, because that is part of that benefit, but just COVID happened, so there will be more in the future, just not immediately, because, right, current status. So, all right, awesome. That's it. I'm out of here. Happy New Year. Excited for my car early next week. So look for me. Weekly look ahead Monday at noon. Other than that, go Ducks. Go Cowboys. Sorry, Alyssa, not sorry. And yeah, wear your mask, social distance, do all that stuff. I'm repeating myself, so I'm going to get out of here. Happy New Year, everybody. And thanks for hanging out. Today was fun, and you know what? It's just a fun ride. Let's keep doing this for another year, shall we? So, cheers to y'all, and cheers to another year of heavy cardboard, eh? Now I'm Canadian, apparently. Cheers. I'm out. Gonna go have some dinner. Take care, everybody. Thanks. Can't wait to go driving. All right, time to take Lincoln to the dog park. See y'all later.